Boom. What up? Still finishing up work, man. You are a busy man, man. What's up, Kimball? God dang, this is gonna be good. All right, all right. OP, Sport Brand, Kimball. What up? 2A What's up, brother? Thanks for popping in. I always feel like honored when I just see your name pop up in chat. Like that's just special to me, you know. Swamp Dog, what's up, brother? Walter, Crumpy. All right. What's up, Armitage? Tech Nina. Okay. Oh yeah, man. Pleasure's all mine. So so we'll be having a couple special guests. We got, of course, John Crump coming on, who will be on here within the next 10, 15 minutes. And then we also have, I typed in Richie Flies. I was going to type in, hello, son. I was going to type in Richie Flies sometimes, but that's a plane crash joke that is in bad taste. It's in very poor taste. And thanks, brother. I'm way overdue for a cut. Like, this is literally like, oh, yeah, I'm way overdue. But thank you, brother. Appreciate it. It's my dad cut. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and you guys will learn pretty quickly why we make usually I wouldn't make a joke about plane crashes. Okay. What's up, Heath? Usually I wouldn't joke about stuff like that because that's just in poor taste, you know? However, there's some comedy with it, and you know, that's why. Move your part a little to the center. You're looking like a little Trebesque. Yeah, don't plan on moving the part. If I put my part in the middle, I would look like a little rascal. Like, I have replaced my father with you 100%. Would recommend. Wow. Please don't. Please don't. I'm just a dude. I'm literally a dude in a basement. I'm literally in a basement with a laptop. So I'm not him. I'm not him. Thank you, brother. You know what it is? It's this freedom. It's this pure. Oh, whoops, wrong one. Pure freedom on me. Thank you, thank you. I also I haven't actually shaved. Like, I got total neck beard going on. It just looks like shadow. Okay, and are you sitting there in your underwear? No, I stay rocking comfy pants. Oh yeah, I can't show those things on. Okay, so I actually had what I called the pohawk, which I'll explain in a moment. What's up, Game Over? I just ask that everyone in the chat acknowledge Gerchop so he feels warm and fuzzy. So I used to hold a much more a higher profile professional position. And I was also still like a kid, right? I was a younger kid. And I wanted to, have some cool, funky, young dad hair because, I was a young dad. But running late. Okay if I come in hot? That's hilarious. So I got what I call the pohawk, which is the professional mohawk. So in the front, it was similar to this cut, but I had the part cut in it, literally they shaved it out and then hit it with a straight razor. So it looked like a legit, a clean, thick part. And then it was short. It was just like this, but it was short so you could actually see my forehead. And then they also cleaned up the lines, faded skin tight. But then in the back, it came back and literally went back to a mohawk in the back. And it was dope. Like in pictures, like I look back on pictures all the time, and I'm tempted, like on a regular basis, to go back to the pohawk. I'm not gonna lie. Is it just me, or are you having a lag too? I don't know. Let me know if I'm having a lag, y'all. Let me do a couple things. All right. So it's buffering randomly. Really? Not a pro-hawk, a pohawk. Because I can't call it a pro-hawk. It just sounded weird to call it a pro-hawk. So I just threw the P in there. If we keep having problems, what we'll do is we'll just restart it. I have no problem with that. All right, so first I want to start by introducing somebody that you guys likely know very well, John Crump of the Gun Owners of America, who does a lot of work helping support our rights that were given to us by God, guaranteed by government, and we know that's been going so well, right? Ladies and gentlemen, John Crump. I don't have the cool sound effects like you, bro.
Nobody knows who I am. What the hell are you talking about?
That's why. Base rating is like a solid like 8.5, and that's just because who's
It's sound effects. There you go.
I like that. I say Crump is at a base rating of 8.5 because who's at a 10, right? Like, who could we say is at a 10? If you guys are having Skip Green, what's up, brother? If we called it yesterday on Crump, I'm not sure. I'm probably missing what you're saying. Sorry. Do me a favor, everyone. If you guys are saying that there's some streaming issues, then let me know. And if we got to, we'll restart. But give me like a 1 through 10 or an A through F on how the quality of the stream is if some of you are having issues. You're a 10. Thanks, game over.
I mean, I'm not seeing anything here, but it could be the server that they're hitting if they're in a different area.
Yeah, if you're at, okay, cool. If you're at Starbucks,
oh wait, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like geographic area because YouTube, they have servers all over the country.
Yeah.
So it could be an issue with feed coming out of like the San Jose. Actually, what if it Mountain View, the Mountain View server? But the Ashburn server should be fine.
If they are at let's say Starbucks, utilizing their Starbucks rewards and getting their Starbucks birthday drink, ordering packages off of Amazon Prime and surfingblack.com, they may be slowed down a little bit.
That is true.
Sorry, I just had to throw some consumerism jokes in there. So I want to go ahead and start by introducing John Crump. And who better to introduce John Crump than John Crump? So tell us, for the people that are here that don't know who you are. What's up, Chris? The people that don't know who you are, what you do, and we'll go from there.
For Thirsty Cult, there you go.
It started out strong, huh?
Yeah, he asked for feet pics, so there you go. You can do a free frame on there.
Every stream.
Well, there you go. I have no problem with that if you pay me.
Guarantee it. He's going to say, take the socks off. Please don't. But, he just said thanks. Good.
Easy to tough socks off would cost you $10 per sock.
Yo, OnlyFans. Here we go.
Hell yeah.
Oh, your base rating went up from 8.5 to 10. That's okay. All right. That's the first feet pick we've we've got on here.
Oh, yes. You got to make the people happy. All right. My name is John Crump. I am the Virginia Director of Gun Owners of America. I'm also, please don't B3. I don't need to see that.
I was gonna
um,
highlight it, but I was like, oh, sorry.
you know, uh, I'm also an investigative journalist. I currently work for MLN.com. MLN.com is the place that broke like the Fast and Furious stuff. We're going to break something similar to that in the upcoming days, but I do investigations on FBI and especially ATF. I do a lot of stuff on the ATF. I have sources inside the Justice Department, the FBI, Congress, everywhere like that, and they feed me information where I share out to people because I believe that unless it's like a national security thing, it should be freely available because some of the stuff they don't want out there just makes them look bad, and therefore I want to put it out there.
Okay, hold up. So you have like straight snitches in federal jobs that feed you information that should be free and available to us anyway. I agree with you there.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah, I do.
That is awesome. Can you do that round of applause button one more time just to
Yeah. Believe it or not, there are people in the ATF that hates what the ATF is doing. They went there to like catch like god honest criminals that are trying to blow shit up. And instead they get this stuff where it says, hey, you got to target these people like the auto key card guy and stuff like that. I see someone mentioned the auto key card guy, so let me just throw that out there. Yeah, so they get told you got to go after these guys, and they don't like it very much. So they want to get the word out there what the FBI ATF's doing, because a lot of times when it leaks, there's a lot of pressure, especially politically, that pushes back on them, and then they stop doing that stuff. So that's why a lot of people in the ATF or the FBI or the DOJ or our State Department or Congress actually shares it, because once it's out there, then Congress will go after them, or like, they get a lot of pressure from politicians, and that's what works.
That's the name of the game, man. It's like, apply pressure. Yeah, sorry, let me read this real quick. The goddamn bacon, what's up, brother? He said, huh? No notification? Anyone else shocked by this? Actually, interestingly enough, the moment I clicked create broadcast, I had like 12 people in here before I even went live. Didn't even click to go live. Shred Wizard said, Blue Chem Light Battalion in the chat, full battle rattle. If you are running around your house, Shred Wizard, with just your battle rattle on and a Blue Chem Light and nothing underneath, please don't share pictures in the Discord. JK. So you mentioned...
this is what I write for.
Nice. That's dope. Oh, was that one of the carriers you were talking about?
Yeah. No, that's not the carrier I'm selling. That carrier was just sent to me by a company called Safe Flight Defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sent me some carrier and some other new FRAS flexible body armor.
Yeah.
Rifle stopping body armor that's flexible.
Well, cool. I'll take it. Just to throw that out there.
Well, no, the other body armor, I got a set of the ones I'm selling is like the steel plates. I'll hook you up with a really good price on that. They're level 3A if you want it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I thought they were the flex. No, that's cool. That's pretty impressive, man. That armor, I got a few sets of armor, and that would be probably the only one that I'd be interested in getting outside of what I already have.
Yeah.
But there's some downsides to it too. But
yeah, I have.
What's up, brother?
I have a bunch of ceramic armor, and I have this. I already pulled it out, but yeah, this is kind of cool. It's like a backpack that you pull out a vest.
Yeah.
It also has like the quick release, so you can like drop it. because that's always important.
That's dope. Yeah, I got a level 3A concealable. I have a concealable level 3, like, rifle threat plate carrier, and then I have an overt with level 4 with level 3A full coverage behind it, and then double stack level 3A in the cummerbunds. It's cool, but that's like if everything is falling apart, that's what I throw on.
Yeah,
Ain't no hiding that rig.
Yeah, I have level 4 ceramics. That's what I keep in my room.
Yeah.
It's the vest that I can throw in my bedroom in case I have my night vision, my ceramic plates, my
That's one thing
suppressed.
I don't have. Don't have the nods. I do not have the nods.
I have my Kevlar helmet, so in case somebody breaks in my house, I do that. Pull out my flashbangs and
they just walk in and hear
yeah.
night vision turn on.
Yeah, and then I have something that I got for free, but it's a set of the ones that the Marines will wear.
Oh,
So
the sappy.
yeah, it's like the whole thing, the groin protection, side
Oh man,
plates.
that's like the Hurt Locker style right there, man.
Yeah. Oh, not quite, not as. It has like the Kevlar neck.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. So I have that one. Then I have the backpack, and then I have some steel level 3A plates that I just, want to get rid of.
No, I know nods don't actually make the sound. It was more of like a video game reference, but
Call of Duty.
Yeah. I mean, that's like how much it's like in movies, right? When this room of people raise Glocks and you hear like when all they did was
Hammer.
yeah, right.
I hate that. Freaking
Yeah, man, that's like the worst. The only way that a Glock would make a sound when you bring it to the ready would be if the striker is disengaged and that thing is moving around in the channel liner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's why I hate the movie G.I. Joe. The second one, The Rise of Cobra or whatever.
I actually didn't watch that.
They're all pointing Glocks. They all pull up their Glocks, and you hear. That's not gonna happen.
It's terrible, man. Yeah. Okay, so tell me then a little bit more about what you do for the GOA.
Okay.
28 EDU. What's up? Shout out to all the work you do too, brother.
Yeah. Okay. What I do for the GOA is I monitor the state of Virginia. I also talk to Virginia politicians, and I just keep an eye on Virginia and try to work with like politicians. Like, for example, I'm talking to the Republican candidate for governor, lieutenant governor, and also AG. I will tell you right now that the lieutenant governor candidate for the Republicans in Virginia she's straight up gangster, man. She's awesome. She is a Jamaican immigrant Marine with the Jamaican accent, and she carries an AR-15 around with her. Where she won't go anywhere without her AR-15.
Hell yeah!
So she's going to these campaign stops, and she has an AR-15 around with her, and like the news was like, "Oh, that's terrible. She's carrying an assault rifle around everywhere with her. Oh, do you plan on stopping to carrying your assault rifle if you become lieutenant governor?" And she was like, "No." She's like it. She was like, "It goes everywhere I go."
Hell yeah!
So yeah.
I've never heard about her. That I appreciate you sharing that info because.
Oh yeah. Want some serious? Yeah. Ask her about machine guns. I was like, well, what do you think about machine guns? And she's like, everyone should have them.
Oh yeah.
She's like, there shouldn't be. She's like, she's like, it sucks that she was like, it's terrible that they put a $200 tax on machine guns. She's like, they should be tax free. Like,
Yeah, tax
oh yeah.
exempt.
I was like, hell yeah.
Dude, that's awesome. So you get to, yeah, I know we do need to get, well, I need to be careful in the way that this is said. I've received a comment from a viewer that says, y'all need to get rid of that dumbass governor in VA. Good luck. We'll always have a dim governor here. Yeah, this is our first time experiencing um, a level of tyranny further than we usually are given. We're usually given the illusion of freedom. Now it's being threatened.
Yeah, I think that there is a good chance that the Republicans actually take back the governor house because it looks like it's probably going to be McAuliffe, and McAuliffe isn't exactly the most popular person, and he's going to be running against a Youngkin, Glenn Youngkin, who um who is like really popular. He's like an outsider. It's just not a politician at all, and there's a lot of backlash against the whole COVID restrictions that we're on.
Yeah.
And I think that might carry over. So I think Glenn Youngkin actually has a better chance than any of the candidates that was running for governor. Out of all the candidates on the Republican side running for governor, yes, I did like a few more than Youngkin, but at the same time, I didn't think any of them had a better chance of winning than Youngkin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm optimistic about our chances. I'm really optimistic about chances for lieutenant governor. And the AG we'll have to see.
Hell yeah. So you get to meet with and speak with people like her, and others, I'm sure.
Yeah, I bet them. Basically, I'll talk to all of them, send them surveys, have them fill out paperwork, grill them, and then make a recommendation whether the GOA is going to endorse them or not. And yeah, and it's basically based on just their gun policies. We really don't care about any of their other policies. We're a gun only organization. Sometimes we will branch off into other things if it's going to fundamentally change the playing field. For example, statehood for DC and stuff like that. That's a power grab.
Yeah.
And if that happens, it will really screw up our gun rates. So therefore, we're going to go against that because it will screw up our gun rates. So we're solely focused on gun rights at GOA.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. And I imagine like once you vet these people, have these conversations, then you go back. I mean, do you guys like fund them? Or...
Oh yeah, we'll do a lot. We'll run commercials, play ads. We'll buy airspace to run commercials. I don't know if you've ever seen the things that say, this has not been endorsed by any candidate, blah blah blah. But it's like ad for a candidate. We do stuff like that. We also will do like days of action. Like we're gonna have towards the end of the summer, towards like August, September, we're gonna have a couple days of action in Virginia, where we go. We go door to door and we explain, hey, these are the candidates we like as GOA. If you're pro gun, these are the candidates that you shouldn't vote for because here's the what this candidate says about Second Amendment and what this candidate says about Second Amendment. So we put our money behind these candidates. Also, we do stuff with the like state senators and state representatives. Talk to all of them all the time. Also, I push like good legislation and push against bad legislation. We work a lot with the VCDL. Like
nice.
the VCDL Lobby Day, GOA has always been a part of VCDL Lobby Day. In fact, a lot of people don't realize this, but VCDL formed out of the GOA offices. The first president of VCDL was a guy named Val Fennell. Val Fennell is currently the GOA's Pennsylvania director, and he was the first president of VCDL. So that's why VCDL and GOA work so well together, is because they formed out of our offices.
Yeah.
We also sue. We sue a lot. We're suing in Winchester, Virginia, for example, and we also sued down and got ranges reopened in like a bunch of different states, and it's just not Virginia when they closed them down because of COVID. And for universal background checks, we sued and basically argued and won that the universal background checks violates certain rights of people. We tried for everyone, but we didn't get everyone. But we did get, if you're between the ages of 18 and 20, you don't have to go through a universal background check for a private cell in Virginia.
I saw that, man. Yeah, I thought that was pretty dope. I found myself upset with my age, but
what we were hoping is that they would appeal it to the Virginia Supreme Court, but they haven't really done that yet. And then we would go and try to get the whole thing thrown over at the Virginia Supreme Court, but we're still fighting it. So we're suing the whole preemption stuff. We're suing on that in Winchester, and we just do a lot of stuff like that. We do a lot of stuff nationally too, like opposing David Chipman.
Hell yeah. That's what everyone is talking about in chat.
Yeah, the worst person in the world. Actually, what I did as an investigative journalist too is I got his divorce records. Went through his divorce records.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, there wasn't really. It was contested, but it was contested because they were fighting over money. But yeah, so I do a lot of investigations into David Chipman for AMLN and also GOA. And I talk to senators and congressmen sometimes or their staff about different 2A issues. I do a conference call and I try to explain stuff to them and why they need to introduce certain bills or vote for certain ways in Congress.
Oh my God, we have another guest. Hold on. We actually have David Chipman himself here, ladies and gentlemen.
You know what he looks like he's about to do there, right?
That's why this picture is just remarkable.
What you guys get? Okay, I got a challenge for everyone in the DLD Discord because I'm in there. I want to see your best Photoshops with that picture.
Oh no!
Just flood the Discord with Photoshops of that picture.
This is gonna be straight fire. Okay, so for everybody in here, if you Google David Chipman mouth pic, you'll find this. And what I would ask is that when you do create your memes, be very creative, and then make sure you post them in memes, and then maybe go into a general chat and just post that you've posted a meme, just so we all know to go there. Challenge accepted. LOL Chipman Photoshops are going to be fire. Dark, you have to cover the best Photoshop on your show. I will. I'll actually. I'll have Crumpy back on, and Chipman is a live meme. Okay. He is.
Okay. The winner of whoever you pick will get a free range bag. I'll go grab it if you want. I'll show you exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hold on. Right back.
Oh yeah. Damn, we're getting free giveaways from Crumpy. Look at that. I mean, guys, look at that picture. Like, how does your face become shaped that way during conversation like that?
All right, you'll get crazy. This free pistol bag. It's really nice. It's never been used. It's brand new. You can put pistols in here, mags. It has like, I don't know, if open it up so you can see. It has pockets for mags in there. Then it has a separate section for your pistols in here with more mags holders. It's like all. So there you go. Winner of the best meme.
Oh, and you know what? You know what you can throw on top of that hook and loop?
And a Crumpy militia patch. Yeah, I will throw in one of those too.
The Crumpy militia.
And some stickers.
Hell yeah.
I don't know if you have the stickers there or not. The no quarter for tyrants?
I think I do. Hold on. Give me 1 second. So I've been waiting to sticker bomb my. I have 2 gun safes here, so I literally have like a massive stash of stickers, and naturally, boom.
No. And a $25 gift certificate to Black Song Tactical.
Oh, hell yeah. That's awesome.
Courtesy of Swamp Dog Armory.
Damn.
Cody, I saw your text. I just was trying to get on here, so I'll text you back probably tomorrow. That's Swamp Dog Armory.
Oh, and Opie said he'll throw in some DLD decals. If you guys look back a few episodes,
Jesus, I'm gonna enter this contest.
I know, right? Yeah, dang, that's dope. Range day swag bag, range bag. Yeah, for real. I mean, stickers, DLD decals, and PVC. Sorry, PVC morale patch that Crumpy prints, and just a bunch of dope stuff. So
yeah, I have some new patches that are coming in like pretty soon.
And what I'll also do is
and give Thirsty some bath water if he wins. That's Dark's bath water, not mine.
Oh God, I don't take baths.
I take showers.
Yeah, no, I haven't taken a bath since I was like 7 years old, probably. What I would drink it. Great, guys. Here we go. No, I'm just kidding. What was I gonna say? I had something. Oh, we're also gonna get some glowy, some of the Blue Chem Light PVC patches as well. We're working on it right now. So if you guys look in the top right-hand corner of the video, the DLD Blue Chem Light, you'll be able to get PVC patches of that for your carrier. So, yeah, I'm not sure if some of y'all are having some issues. It looks like 99% of you guys are good. Some of you if you are having issues, just please, drop a note in chat. If we have to drop the stream and come back to it, I'm totally fine doing that. Okay, so interesting fact about John Crump is that, and I may have not heard this correctly, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys, the GOA, or maybe Amaland, were the first ones, you essentially were the first one to drop the article for Fast and Furious.
It was not me, but it was Amaland.
Amaland, okay.
Yeah, there is a guy over there named David Cordella, who is a very awesome journalist, and he actually dropped it.
That's awesome, man.
I dropped the Brave stuff coming down. What else? I dropped the Ghost Gun stuff coming down. I say Ghost Guns because it's scary.
I know it's what they say. It's hell yeah, Dirt McGirt. Thanks, brother.
I dropped the Biden team meeting with the ATF, the Biden transition team meeting with the ATF, and included a picture from the meeting with of of Richardson, who is the deputy director of the ATF, and Regina Lombardo, who at the time was the acting director of the ATF. I dropped a picture of them at the meeting in the article, and I had the article up before they got out of the meeting, so they were not too happy.
Yeah, 2AEDU asks, and I know the answer to this. What's up, Montana? Crump, is something dropping soon? And
yeah, I just got to write it.
Before you reply, sorry, hold on 1 second. We actually do have another guest with us. If a lot of you in here follow Crump, you know a gentleman by the name of Flying Rich.
Flying Rich.
I may change his name to Flying Mostly Rich.
Crashes a lot.
Yeah, maybe percentage wise, yeah, right. He's crashed 2 times more than me, yet I only have an hour of fly time. So
he hit a house.
Rich, ladies and gentlemen, Flying Rich.
He hit a freaking house.
2 houses.
2 houses.
One slowed me down, the other one stopped me.
Wow. I didn't hear that part.
And the guy that was in the couch up against the wall that I hit got thrown across the room. Or so he claims.
So I definitely want to hear the story on that, and I also want to. I mean, I know we're kind of lightly discussing it, but I'm sure that tightened up your butt cheeks a little bit going through that experience. It had to be terrifying. That's what I meant. Sorry.
I can answer that. The White House already has the info. They've had the info for a couple weeks now. They just haven't announced the plans, but they've already had it. It's already written. I think it'll probably drop like very shortly here. And it will drop at 5:00 one night, probably on a Friday. That's what they usually do.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, so it's done. I mean, it's all written. The Biden White House already has it.
So what does that mean? What does that look like?
I think it's gonna. I mean, I saw an advanced copy of it. I haven't seen the final copy, but it's gonna look a lot like basically the same regulations as
basically the
December,
same,
but probably a little bit more restrictive. What they want to do, the end goal is to turn every brace into a shouldering device, and then say they're all stocks, so everyone has a SBR, but you can register it for free, so we know where they all are.
How kind of them! That is so kind.
Oh,
draw your pistol. 1.5 second draw.
That would have been funny.
Everything all right?
Being home invaded. You
so
into a safe house.
My home automation system arms the alarm at 10:00, and I guess we got in. And no, actually, we got in after 10. I guess my wife set the alarm, but.
So, okay. So tell me this then. So, what we're looking at nationally is an executive order that the ATF is going to enforce. That is. Go ahead.
No, it was an executive action taken by Biden to say change the regulations. So they're going to change the determination, because you got to remember the brace thing was created by the ATF saying, "Hey, okay, yeah, those are arm braces. They're not stocks." So what they're going to do is just reinterpret what they're going to say. Oops, our bad. We made a mistake.
See, the thing is like, a lot of times, like, I don't know how often people on the comments and you guys end up in conversations with people that are knowledgeable yet anti-gun, or pro-gun but anti-AR, anti, what we call standard capacity magazines and home builds and things like that. I've heard people say, shit, I lost my direction.
Talk.
Yeah. I had something specific that I wanted to say, and I started reading comments. So they say, well, like gun companies and firearm, manufacturers, they always find ways to go around the law, right? So, come in 94, you have the 94 to 04 AWB, and with the assault weapons ban, all they do is just take the grandfathered guns, and then the prices go up, they continue to sell them, and then they de-thread the muzzles, they remove the bayonet lug, they put a fixed stock on it, and blah, blah, blah. And then, the SBR thing, you guys just put pistol braces on it and this, and they say, you guys just go around the law. And I say, well, that doesn't sound like going around the law. That sounds like compliance.
Right.
Right?
Well, that's why I always hate when they say, well, that's a tax loophole. It's like, F you, it's in the law. I'm following the law.
Yeah. Just because there's a benefit to it, like, come on, man.
I didn't write the law.
Yeah. You can interpret the law in different ways. If some person is reading it to follow it to the T, and some person is reading it to find the holes in it, they're going to look at it with two different perspectives and try to find ways to comply with it. So,
well, you know what? I think the NFA is a machine gun loophole. So therefore, I'm going to consider it the spirit of the law that I can own a machine gun right now.
Yeah, I can. You can. Rich can. I mean, we all can own machine guns.
No, but like one that's made like in my basement.
Yeah, you can. You'll just go to jail for it.
Yeah, but I'm going to use the excuse. I'm going to use the excuse. Well, it's just a loophole, and that that they banned the whole NFA is a loophole that the government did. So I was just ignoring the loophole of the NFA.
See, I think if the rate of fire is equal to or slower than Jerry Miculek, you can own it. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, exactly. That's fair. That's a good standard. So, okay. So I know we keep getting sidetracked, but that's what we do because squirrel and shiny object syndrome. What other kind of things do you do? What kind of things do you write on? And what other superpowers do you have?
I don't have any superpowers.
No.
I do.
No. John's superpower is he knows everyone.
I know a lot of people.
Except Katie. Kevin Dixie doesn't know.
That was funny. Yeah, I know a lot of people. I have a lot of contacts in the industry and the government, and I use those to try to get information out that people really need to know and would benefit the average gun owner. I'm not so much concerned with the industry as I am concerned with the everyday gun owner.
Yeah. That's funny. 2A EDU says, Crump, it's all about a tax and registration, so claim a tax loophole.
Well, you got to remember, the ATF didn't come out of a law enforcement agency. It was formed out of the Department of Taxation, which is now the IRS.
Here's my problem. My problem is that we are sitting here having a conversation, and I know that this is a different conversation, different topic, but it literally is like burning in my belly that we're talking about an NGO, a non-governmental organization, that because the government can't currently change the law, they're using an arm of the law, which is specifically a non-governmental organization, to enforce some garbage that, like, I don't know. I'm sick of it personally.
I think we're all sick of it, but we have to fight back by every means necessary, whether it's comments or not. I know that guy Dry Fire Faith or whatever he is, who's a moron. But other than that, yeah, he was talking about
Rule number one is be kind. Rule number one is be kind.
Well, that is me being kind to him. No, but I watch some of his videos, and he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. But
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you though.
No, but yeah, some people are like, oh, you shouldn't, do comments. But yeah, you should. Comments are comments. They're not asking for permission. You're telling the ATF, right? And that actually does work, not only with the ATF, but what a lot of people don't realize is the other people that see that is other people that don't see that sees that is politicians. For example. No, I'm not saying that CRS is any more right than the guy is, but it's his reason. Okay, let's just say that his reasoning is off. He made a comment that the founding fathers would never have petitioned the government for to not do it if they didn't believe that they had the power to, and the founding fathers actually did petition the British Crown. They petitioned the British Crown saying, "Hey, you can't do this," and basically that was saying that. Also, they sent Ben Franklin over there as well to petition the government.
I'll tell you what I'm amazed at is the amount of travel these people did on these rickety ass boats back and forth. I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll go to England. I was like, hell no, I'm not getting on that boat.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard, I've talked to several different people about the comment, and I've had some people, describe it as, begging for rights. I've heard some people say, expressing your stance, and I've heard some people say that it's a declaration that you won't comply. So
well, you can do a declaration, you can do whatever, but that does make a difference in politicians' eyes, and we should exhaust and demand our rights. I see something that says that was before the Constitution was written. All right, you can say that was before the Constitution was written, but those rights existed before the Constitution. So,
all right, I gotta jump in on two comments. Freedom Inc. says Crump is a bootlicker.
Oh, I'm sure I am. And
the Rue Runner asked me if he could join me in my pool, and he says he's not gay.
P.S. I'm not gay.
No. I mean, filling out comments does not make you a bootlicker. Telling them, hey, look, I will not comply. I do not recognize your power. There you go.
280U's got a great comment. I seem to remember the Bill of Rights protecting the right to petition the government for a redress of grievance. That's one of your 5 rights guaranteed by the First Amendment.
Correct.
Now, I'm going to jump in and say this. So CRS is a friend of mine. So I'm kind of.
Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
CRS's significant other, is there a common name that she refers to herself as, or he refers to her as?
Well, yes. What a unique question. Her name is Sugar Tits.
So I get an IG from Sugar Tits. And I'm like, who the? You know how many hot girls send me a message and I just like ignore. Because I know it's like some dude in India.
Yeah.
You know?
Another porn scam.
So I get a message from Sugar Tits. And I'm like, wait a second, what's
That's funny. So I'm going to jump in and say this. Okay. CRS is a friend of the channel, and I care about him. And Freedom Inc., a friend of the channel, and I care about them. And they're kind of been, involved in that, whole debate and all that. And I don't want to get sucked into that because, I care about both of them and I understand both of their perspectives. So, changing subjects.
Okay. Well, Well, how about this? Before we change subjects, I will like to invite Freedom Inc. on my podcast just so he can get out what his belief is. Not like a debate or anything, but just let him.
Discussion.
Yeah, let him get out his belief. And we'll see what everyone thinks if he's
Freedom,
open for that.
Down to do that.
Dry fire Faith, he's more than welcome to as well. In fact, I was going to email him.
Here's the thing. Give him your number. All right, I'll send you Freedom Inc.'s phone number. So here's the thing. I think one of the biggest issues is that when there's any type of disagreement, right? Or as a matter of fact, Freedom Inc., when him and I first spoke in our first conversation, we talked for like an hour. We disagreed on something, and he said something.
Well, that should be the way it is.
Oh, I understand that perspective. I disagree, but and then we both continued explaining our perceptions. The problem is that people get so wrapped up, and once people aren't cordial, or once they're not respectful, once they're not, that's when stuff gets ugly. People are, standing up on the hill that they're willing to die on, and so.
Well, that's why I think there should be a conversation more than a debate.
For sure. Yeah, I think the moment that we are promoting infighting, and then everyone's all circling around it like a dog fight. I mean, that's that's bullshit. But Freedom, I got you. I'll connect you guys, and you guys can have a respectful conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah. All right. So, moving on. Love all y'all and all of our viewers. It's hard to keep an eye on chat. I agree, GKT. And if you notice, like I didn't. Yeah, for sure, Freedom. I didn't come out and and like. Well, it's all good. So let's move on. So, what other kind of things do you do for AMLAN and for GOA?
AMLAN, I just report on everything. Just try to keep people honest, including the industry. A lot of my industry stuff. That's a lot of where the controversy around me centers around.
There's controversy around you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because there's definitely controversy around me. In the words of IV88, loved by some, hated by others.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the reasons it is I don't bow down to the industry, basically. So if the industry does something that's sketchy, I will go after them hardcore. And I have. And that have not endeared me to some people in the industry. Because, they were doing sketchy stuff, and I got word of it, and I was like, all right, before you buy this stuff, here you go.
Actually, funny thing, somebody mentioned Flying Rich said, Dark, what are you eating? I am literally eating a frozen lemonade from Chick-fil-A that my wife bought like 12 hours ago, and then I put it in the freezer and took it out. What's up, Johnny Wasser? Yeah, so it's funny because people are asking like, what's based mean? So based is like this new 2021 thing where, from what I understand, if you make a statement and people say based, what I've seen is a good thing, number one. Number two, the cream, dollar bill, y'all. It's like, likely that your, stance or logic is, based on shit. Like, I don't know, but it's, or that you don't really care what others think about what you have, or your, perception, and that you're just like, whatever. Anyway, that's all. Whatever. People are asking what base means. Base is a good thing. It's like somebody nowadays saying dope. So
I don't bow down to anyone, Freedom Inc. And I would rather put my name on record saying I do not support what you're doing, and I think what you're doing is anti-freedom, and you don't have the right to do that, then go hide in a corner and pretend like, oh, I hope the government doesn't see me. I think that's more of bowing down. That's more being a pussy, if you ask me. But
wait a second, John. You got a Sicilian wife. You bow down to somebody.
Oh yeah, I'd bow down to her. Yeah, that's right. But
okay, hold on. To EDU, I'm sick of all this. I'm out and not debating anyone on YouTube. I do YouTube for fun and encouragement. Plenty of debates to be had in my local area. I haven't even seen a debate in the gun community. Yeah, we can't allow it to continue, guys. Like, let's just keep it moving. This is a casual.
You're not confusing the consent. You're being a pussy by hiding in a corner.
All right.
If they say don't see me, oh, I'm a little pussy. You're not about freedom. You're about being a little bitch. There you go.
Let's remember the conversation about being respectful. All right. So
I am that's being as respectful as I can to a little bitch.
If you guys want to have a discussion on your channel, I'm all for it. But I just don't. I mean, there's no sense in fighting. Talk about your perspectives. No name calling. I mean, literally, like I say it all the time, and people think I'm joking. In the community, rule number 1 is be kind. So, moving along to other topics. Okay, so anything else you want to hit on before moving on to any other topic?
No.
Okay. Flying Rich, aside from crashing 2 planes, what do you do?
Well, actually, my day job is I'm a cloud engineer, and so I make the cloud work. But I'm kind of a tech geek. Did software development for about 15 or more years. And I've done all sorts of things. So from working in an automotive machine shop, Porsche repair shop, 3D printing guns, which I had another print fail on me. It seems to get to a certain point and fail. The second failure I've had today. And nozzle clogging up. And firearms enthusiast. I can't tell you what I'm printing.
Damn. Now I definitely want to know.
Yeah. Control Pew made me swear to secrecy what I'm working on.
Oh, nice. Cool. That's pretty awesome. I literally just got my first printer, actually, from Crumpy. It was struggling with an unleveled bed and also a clogged nozzle. And I got it in. I put several hours of work into it, and then finally got it printing. The bed is not leveled, so I'm probably going to have to replace that. But just the fact that I can actually print, and soon enough.
Well, are you saying the bed is warped, as in not flat?
I think.
Or when you say not level?
I think it's warped because.
Okay, most of them are.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're not printing on glass, most beds. Hey, good night to AEDU.
Peace, brother. Take it easy. Hey, and I know you had a long day at work and want to run, and I support that, and I hope you have a very restful evening to AEDU. But when you get time, email me back, and I would love to set up a date. We never actually set a date. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So, what printer did you get?
It is the Monoprice 3P professional 3D printer, touchscreen.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's. I was literally about to get a Creality Ender 3. I'll connect you guys. I promise. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, Richie. As a matter of fact, I I think after the stream, let's just hop on a 3-way call together, or Discord or like something, just to have a conversation, because yeah. Sorry, go ahead, Richie Rich.
Yeah. So for whatever reason, the print that I'm doing, it seems to get to the same point, and then I get a nozzle clog. So it's got to be something how it's printing at that point, because it seems like I've gotten to the identical spot twice and had an issue. So I got to pay more.
This one print?
Yeah, this one print, this one portion of this one print, because it's about 60 hours worth of printing for this thing.
Damn.
I'm printing.
You want to talk about the material you're printing?
Just printing PLA.
Okay. Nice.
So nothing exotic.
Are your settings good, or too hot, not warm enough, or?
So when you're printing a firearm, you want to print slow and you want to print hot. So that's what I'm doing, and I don't know if where the issue is, where it's printing maybe some of the support area where it's a thinner thing, and maybe the filament isn't flowing fast enough, and it's cooking off in the nozzle and clogging it. It might be something like that.
Yeah, I'm so new to this, so like I literally don't know, but I was super blessed that I met a dude like a year ago who I bought 2 Glock magazines off of.
Oh, cool.
Online, and he also sent me, just because it's really cool, a 100% infill M-Lock K grip for free. And like he threw it in. I bought the mags from him because I was like the guy that was just didn't want to mess with getting a printer and all that. And I just was compelled to print. So I was literally about to pull the trigger on a Creality Ender 3, and Crumpy gave me his, and I got it going. But dude, this guy walked me through probably 4 hours of settings.
Oh geez. Oh no.
Man,
that's like chew your arm off.
Yeah, but you know what? If I didn't have the help of somebody, like how many spools of
how many test cubes
and PLA, and how many Benjis I'd print to test.
I've never printed a Benji.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You never printed a Benji?
Never
Everyone
printed
Benji.
I am Benji free.
I printed on an unlevel bed whatever this mask thing is that Crumpy had on his SD card.
Hey, anything interesting on that SD card? No marital aids or anything?
Home videos. I'm just kidding. So no, I'm all about it, but it's I could tell it's a hobby. It is a lifestyle. And I'm going to start printing shit for my daughter. I'm going to start printing all sorts of crazy shit.
Here's the issue with 3D printers. So my first 3D printer was an ANET A8, which takes about 8 hours to build. And everything is just you're screwing things together. You're not soldering any wires. You're just plugging them together. Mm-hmm. There's 2 terminals you screw down. So the good thing about that, and John's built his own 3D printers, is if you build the 3D printer, every component of it, you're intimately familiar with it. That's why I like building firearms, because then I know how the damn thing works and how it goes together. The Ender 3, it's like when the first time a wire broke on the temperature probe on the hot end, I had no idea how to fix it. You're like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Not that I didn't know the diagnostic issue immediately because it just didn't print and it beeped. And then I started pulling on things and I saw the wire was broken. And I'm like, all right, now I got to replace this. I'm like, holy cow, I didn't put it together. What is the replacement procedure? So it's nice. Hey, look, any kind of gift of a 3D printer is nice. But if you actually built that printer from the ground up, you know how to level it and get it all running right.
Yeah, you know how to replace the nozzle.
Nozzle replacement's fairly easy, yeah.
Yeah, you know all that shit.
But you want to get it. I don't know if you got it hot and then tightened it, because that's important.
Yeah, I did. I was told, actually. I did mess with it first, cold, and then I went back after I spoke with somebody and leveled it hot. But
yeah, I gave it to him. I was like, hey, man, I got this. I already have other printers, so I don't need this, and I don't really want to spend the time fixing it. Do you want it? And he's like, hell yeah.
Oh, dude,
Cool.
like, let me know. I'm there.
Dude, I wish Crumpy was my neighbor.
Yeah, right? We're not exactly neighbors, but, you know, a city or two over, you know? But yeah, no, this is a whole new thing that, I mean, it's not new, right? I've jumped in when printers are sub $200, but yeah, this is how do I 3D print a 3D printer?
Yeah, you can do that. So I 3D printed, this is the base plate on my SIG P365.
Nice.
So I 3D printed, because it only comes, you get 2 mags, but only one has the pinky grip on it.
Yeah.
The other reason I printed it is because my IWB carry, the back corner is kind of sharp. You know, I didn't want to sand down my factory SIG-Mag base plates, but I don't have a problem like rounding the corners on the one I 3D printed. You know, I'll sand that down and, you know, smooth it around.
Yeah.
So it's not an issue.
No, the Joe Rogan died thing is a meme thing. Don't pay attention to it.
So there's one more cool thing with 3D printers that I haven't done yet, but there's the MP-CNC project, which is the mostly printed CNC machine. So it's made with extruded metal conduit as the rails. And so you can do like wood carving, and I think you can do metal carving with it also.
Damn.
So yeah, you can 3D print all of the parts to build a CNC machine.
Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. I gotta get anybody hear an echo?
Yes.
You do hear an echo?
It's gone now. John,
Weird.
talk. Let's see if we got it.
It's gone now. Weird.
Yeah.
No, what I want to do is go back to the old days. I mean, not for anything but fun. But like when I first started getting into 3D printing, there was like no kits. Basically, you actually had to like buy parts and build your own crap.
Hell yeah! I mean,
I don't want to go back. I just think it was fun doing that, and now I don't have time. That was before I was married. Well, actually, I was married at the time, but I didn't really have kids. I mean,
yeah. Didn't really? Did you have kids, but not really? How do you explain that?
You just wasn't sure.
I don't think John is very articulate, you know?
Well, here's this, right? Maybe I could say that. Because I had...
The DNA test didn't come back? What are we saying here?
No. I had some issues where some of my money was getting like taken because of back child support, garnished because of back child support. And this was, I guess, 12 years ago. And I was like, dude, like, why are you taking my money? Well, you owe child support. Like, I don't have a kid.
What? Your wages were getting garnished for child support when you didn't have a kid?
Yeah. So I called up an organization and like, yeah, you know, well, you have to go to the court.
So you got to prove you're not guilty.
So I went to the court and I was like, can you send over a letter saying that what's going on? Like, oh, we don't have your social, we don't have any of your information on record. You don't owe any money. I was like, well, they're telling I do. And I will go back to, it was like the Virginia, whatever. And they were like, well, you have to get the letter from the court saying you don't owe back child support. And I was like, if I went back to the court, I was like, dude, I was like, and they're like, no, I can't. We can't give you that letter because we don't have anything on you. And it was it was bad, and I actually had to get a lawyer involved.
Damn. So there's another John Crump out there that's a big dirtbag?
No, it wasn't a John Crump.
Sorry.
It wasn't a
People
John Crump.
are not dirtbags.
It was someone, when the court sent over the garnishment request, someone mistyped a number, transposed a couple digits.
What, for the bank account, or?
No, for my social security number.
For social.
Yeah. So
that's no joke.
Yeah, that took forever to fix.
Did you get damaged? Did you get your lawyer's fees paid?
No.
Oh.
Damn, dude, really? Like, how does that even happen, man? That's
the
ridiculous.
Process is the punishment.
Yeah, for real. Crumpy, what kind of stuff do you print? 3D print?
I 3D print a lot of different things. Firearms, of course.
Yeah.
I do that, but I also do other stuff. I do a little bit of 3D modeling to like test out some stuff. Some designs I have for different things, I would do a 3D model of, just to see if I can do it. I 3D printed some drone stuff.
Nice.
And stuff like that. I 3D print a lot of stuff. When I first started 3D printing, I was 3D printing a bunch of different things just to test out when I was experimenting with some stuff. Somebody asked like what we printing, and I do everything from PETG to ABS, but ABS smells, to PLA. So I use different types of filament. I actually have water soluble filament. I have like a dual extruders. So when I print like supports, I print them in water soluble stuff.
Well, you have a dual head printer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that. I actually, if you guys know, our original name was Dark Light Dugan, because in the beginning, Dugan Ashley was a part of the channel. And the only reason I'm bringing that up before everyone, flips their shit, the Yankee Boogle, he had done the video for the Yankee Boogle.
Oh, okay.
And it's design. Follow all laws, rules, regulations for your state, and da da da. Anyway, the Yankee Boogle was designed to be able to be printed in something like water soluble PLA, so you could use it, burp, and then throw it in water. And yeah, not to encourage things like that. Just a fun fact. It's a Buenos Dias. Drop in on us here.
Oh, I thought it was a portable wall hanger.
Yeah, it's a coat hook.
And it's a
coat hook.
And it's a bottle opener, and it's a keychain, and it's a phone holder, and it's a tablet holder, and I think you could probably play Pogs with it for all you old school folks that remember Slammers. I'm laughing at my own jokes. Well, I'm excited to get into this, man. I've done one terrible print that was destroyed within the first 45 seconds.
There's many more terrible prints to come.
Oh yeah. I'm just glad that I was actually like run through like everything from supports to temperatures to like everything, and it was a random dude that I met online that walked me through it for free.
No way. God bless him.
Yeah. And he's like, dude, I'm just about freedom. I want you to set up a printer, and then I want you to go help someone else set up a printer, and so on and so on. And I'm like, wow. Dude, hell yeah. That's what the shit's about.
Yeah, no, after the first 15 minutes, I would have started charging you.
Yeah, I know, right? Okay, sorry. So what are the stuff to you? Flying Rich, are you like affiliated with GOA at all? Or are you guys
No, they won't have me.
They won't have you.
Flying Rich has his own squadron.
Okay, I've heard that reference before. Tell me more about that.
So I went to. You want to go, Crump?
No, you go ahead.
So I rolled up to the Iraq veteran shoot with a truck full of guys, and aptly got named by Hank Strange as the Flying Rich Squadron.
Nice.
So I made a T-shirt. So Hank and John and was it Patrick were on Hank's show. Oh, and hey, we're going to be talking 3D printing on Hank's show on Tuesday. And Vin, who brought a whole bunch of 3D printed guns to Iraq veteran, is going to be on the show. He's going to be a guest. So that's going to be a really good show. Vin is quite prolific with his firearms printing. So definitely check Hank Strange out on Tuesday. So yeah, anyhow, Hank and John said I rolled deep, I rolled heavy, and there was a whole squadron of dudes, and the squadron was giving Hank a hard time for giving me a hard time. So I printed a squadron T-shirt, which is available on blackswantactical.com, and all proceeds go to charity.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
so,
it does.
Go ahead.
What if it John Crump Live? Do you want a squad too? Hey, I'm your man. I'm okay. Yeah, SpaceX, and you're already in my squad, man. We got the militia going.
Yeah, no, nobody wants a squad. Squadron, not squad.
Yeah,
we got the militia.
That's been taken.
It's different.
There's the Crumpy militia.
Why print money when you can print guns? Hell yeah. Actually, never mind. I don't want to dox the dude that helped me. There's a specific picture of a very uniquely colored Glock, and it says on it, it's a printed lower, it says print guns, not money. And it's been circulated like all over the internet, everywhere. There's something very specific in that photo that is unique to him. And I was like, when we were talking, I was like, oh my God, like that's you. Like you were holding the, sorry, it won't make sense unless I put that. I don't want to throw anyone out there, but yeah, don't print money, print guns. And I mean, I'm not going to say that I would say no to a printer that just flips, hundos out or whatever, because even though I believe money is evil and part of the majority of the corruption in our country since the inception of it, I believe that you can still fight the machine with the same money that it's fighting you with.
Yeah, well,
so
ask your brother about the group of guys who, shortly after we got out of high school, was arrested for running a counterfeit ring, and one of them went on the run and haven't been seen since. So I think he's probably dead.
Was one of them? Did they carry something in there around them closely resembling this for specific duties and tasks?
Maybe
the mag light.
Maybe
actually, if I and I don't know for sure, but if I'm thinking about the same individual, it may be someone who gave someone a birthmark with a mag light at the at a place local to us. So anyway, so what else do you do?
Yeah, Dave. Oh, crap! I said your real name.
Dave.
Yeah, his name's not Dave. Just joking.
Everyone knows my name is Dave now. Dang it! No, everyone knows my name is Dave.
No, yeah. Basically, a bunch of people got busted because they were turning out counterfeit money, and one of the guys went on the run and never was found. And the weird thing is, he owed a lot of people money, so he owed a lot of people. Like, I think that's what he was using the money for to pay back these people. So,
dude,
he like disappeared, and like he's never been heard from again. and it's kind of weird. I talked to his brother, like, and his brother's like, I think he's dead. Because
that's hard to disappear.
Yeah, because he disappeared like, haven't been heard from him in like 30 years. Probably not 30 years, probably like 20, 25 years, 20 years.
But this was also like pre-technology, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
you're way more likely to get away, like prior to the age that we're living in right now.
Yeah, but the thing is, they would have known, right?
Hold on, guys. He was joking. He actually knows my entire full name, who I am, what city I live in, which is like literally 2 cities away from him. And he was joking. My name is not Dave. But feel free to like do all the research that you would like. It would take probably 5 to 7 minutes on Google to like actually find me. And I would encourage anyone that wants to stop by, like, feel free.
No, it was a joke. His name was not Dave.
Yeah. And if you do start looking up Dave,
please don't harass anyone named Dave, because
you're going to be knocking on the wrong house, and we are not responsible for what happens to you.
Yeah.
No, I know. I'm playing. Davidians. Oh God. Okay.
Koresh. If somebody found, all right. If someone took away my joke, I was gonna explain the joke why I called you Dave, because the whole Blue Light Chem gang have your back so much that they're like a
Do
cult.
You guys know the story behind the Blue Chem Light?
No. I just know everyone yells Blue Chem Light, so
I'm glad I didn't open the door. So the story, our original logo was a cranberry hibiscus flower. And it was a cranberry hibiscus flower because it's a cool edible flower. And we mostly discuss, how to become and maintain a, self-sustainable lifestyle. And knowing what's easy to plant and maintain and what's edible and all that stuff is a really good, important. Dark's name is Pimp Daddy G. Excuse me very much. Actually, cranberry hibiscus they bloom for 1 day and die, so that's not easy. But what I mean is, like, that's kind of like resemblance of us. And one day we were in a live stream and we had. I'm sorry, I cannot keep my eyes off of chat, guys. Like, this is hilarious. Dark's real name is Q. Oh God. Okay. So we were having a conversation, and we were joking about the boog, right? The boog. If things went bad, and we had said, guys, if stuff like really goes bad, how are we gonna know that we're not, like, capping and canoeing, one of our like friendlies, right? We said, okay, what we'll do is everyone rocks chem lights. They'll have green chem lights, yellow chem lights, orange chem lights, red chem lights, but you never see people wearing blue. So if it goes bad and you have to throw on your plate carrier and your rifle and go to work, just remember, crack a blue chem light, shove it through your molly gear, put it around your neck or whatever, and that's how we'll tell each other apart. So then you just picture yourself, like, clearing a corner, like, slicing the pie, and then, like, you see, like, oh my God, and then you see a blue chem light, like, whoo, that was a close one. So that's where it came from. And then Sport Brand went and designed this, and this is the design that's going to be on the PVC patches, the morale patches that will be given to you guys.
Hey, it's AFT.
Yeah, AFT, Blue Chem. Yeah, it's also a play on the word glowies, because everyone says that I'm a federal agent, and I think actually everyone on YouTube now is a federal agent. So I'm in like a super secret federal agent group where I'm AFT, CIA, FBI, LEO, MIL, EMS.
How do you think I get all my leaks?
I know, right? if you see a blue glow hip height, it's me. Oh, that's a story that I won't touch on. Yeah, so that's the story behind the Blue Chem Light. So if you guys are ever curious, we have a hoodie as well that we're likely gonna put out. Like, we have no merch available. We don't have like affiliate links and all that shit. Like, we're just, like, kind of sport brand just took it upon himself to design this shit. And yeah, so we're putting some stuff together. We're gonna get it out so we can benchmark. Yeah, that's right. CIATFBI. That's right. Just so we can kind of, benchmark a dope ass time period.
Yeah, that's what you definitely should do. The whole Black Swan thing started. People are like, Black Swan. What's Black Swan? Black Swan is an unknown event. Blah blah blah. So I have that story, right? I said Black Swan's an unknown event. Blah blah blah. That's where the Black Swans come from. That you can't plan for, and all this other stuff. So you should expect the unexpected. The real reason why the Black Swan came, my friend Roger actually named the company. He was a partner in the company. Basically I went to they all invited me to their party, right? And for Christmas, I bought my wife like a show to a play that she wanted to see. So I was like, I already have plans. I already bought my wife these tickets to a play, so I can't come to the party. So somehow the play got changed to a ballet, and the movie Black Swan was out about a ballet, so they changed it to ballet. So they named the company Black Swan because I missed a party because I went to a ballet, even though I went to a play.
Damn.
So, and Black Swan's ever been, yeah. So everyone's Dave. That should be everyone. Shit.
I don't know why. I just think of Wendy's. Oh, we're kind of losing.
Okay, something happened.
It froze on you. There you go. You're back.
Okay, am I back?
You're back. Something happened.
I cut the backup power for some reason. I'm on.
That's not. It's all those damn updates.
No, I'm on generator power now.
So
yeah, it sucked. But I'm a generator now.
Hold on, you're on generator power right now? Like backup power? That's probably a problem with me.
What's that?
Well, does the ATF cut the street power before they raid the house?
Oh, that's true.
Dude, I mean, I'm ready for that. Somebody asked me why. Hey, you should get a dog. I'm like, I don't want to get a shot. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, don't worry about it.
See, that if I ended up in that situation, I don't actually eat Wendy's. It just makes me think of Dave. If I ended up in that situation, they would be like going to like cut the power like 100 yards down the street or some shit like that, and I would just go up and they'd be like, oh shit, his power's already off.
Robert Paulson, that's a pull. You know Robert Paulson?
This is the guy from State Farm wearing khakis. That's right. Okay, so now one thing I have to bring up is that you had said that it was a possibility that you may feel inclined to bring me to the fall Iraq veteran 88 shoot. But now I hear that there may be a conflict.
Yeah, I mean, I can get you there, man. I can get you there. It's people think you have to be this like big YouTuber or whatnot to go there, and that's not true.
And as Hank trashed me, he's like, even Rich can go. So.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I saw your post that when you get to 3,000 subs, you'll fire your AK under the water in your pool.
Yep.
Disclaimer: as long as your wife doesn't find out and never knows.
Yeah, I think she's sleeping.
Underwater AKs are not that loud, so you could get away with it if she's sleeping.
Yeah.
Not like I've experienced doing that or anything.
Only thing is, I worry about. I've seen videos of people doing this kind of stuff, but I don't want to have my ears underwater because sound travels faster, and I figure there'd be more of a shockwave.
Dude, don't fire a gun. Seriously, don't fire a gun in the water, even with earplugs in.
Right. So I'm gonna have my head out of water. I'm not gonna do it underwater.
Submerge the gun, not the rich.
Yeah, because even with earplugs, it's gonna F up.
Yeah, it's gonna ring your bell.
Yeah. I've fired guns underwater. That you do want to be cautious though, because water is like bullets respond to liquid mediums, right? Mm-hmm. And water, if a barrel is completely obstructed with water, that is truly a bore obstruction, and it can increase your pressure tremendously.
Oh yeah.
So some people fire into the water. Some people, and it's just there's some inherent risk with that. Mm-hmm. But the AK is a good choice. Glocks work very well. Also, I can attest to that.
You ever see the Mythbusters where they fired in the water?
Oh yeah,
and they found
that was good.
They found the smaller calibers actually penetrate more. And the 50s were just like disintegrating on the surface of the water.
Yeah, 50s did nothing.
Yeah, so the smaller calibers, because the higher calibers have more energy when it hit the water. So it.
Right. Yeah, there's more force on the surface area when you have a larger round.
Okay, guys. And if I get to, I promise you guys this, once I get to 3,000 subscribers, I will fire into a bathtub. I will go over to Dark's house, fill up the bathtub, and fire into it, then leave immediately.
I can show you how to safely do it. In your bathtub.
Not my bathtub. No, yours.
You know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll take this brand new armor. We'll take some brand new armor, and we'll put this in the bath.
Your bathtub.
And then I don't want to give anyone ideas that they'll actually go.
No, I want to fire it into your bathtub with no armor, just to see what it would do to the bathtub.
No ear pro.
No, I'm gonna have ear pro on. I mean, I want to see what happens when you don't have ear pro on, and I'm not going to.
Is he going to be in the bathtub when you do this?
No, but I'm not going to even put water in the bathtub. That's the great thing about it.
We didn't specify that. That's true. That's true.
So I'm just going to fire it into his bathtub.
If you can find me, I will allow you to shoot my bathtub. But there's something you have to know.
What's up?
You're going to run into so many Home Alone tricks, like Matchbox cars, marbles, paint cans, and that's just.
I got something for that. Rich is going to go in and clear the way.
Oh yeah, because I'm expert at slicing pie.
No, as long as you hit all the traps, I don't care if you find them or you just set them off. It doesn't matter to me.
Well, is that like Indiana Jones and what was it, where they're getting the chalice?
Oh no, this is like straight up like gasoline sprinkler system, burn it all down. Like I got nothing left.
Yeah, did anybody see the video? I think it was on Instagram. And I don't know if it was in New Zealand or Australia. Somebody put a blue tarp in a pickup truck and was filling it full of gas. And the guy's shooting video with his cell phone, I guess, walks over and says, "Hey, that's not safe." He's like, "Mind your own business." And then he drives, and as he turns, while in the gas station parking lot, the gas sloshes and splashes out. And then they're following him, shooting video still. and he's going around a corner fast, and just a wave of gasoline flies out of the truck.
Oh man. Yeah. Okay, now I can't get anywhere close to ending the stream before I ask you for a very vivid recollection of like your perception, first person experience of your plane crashes.
Well, let's see. I seem to have a moment of blackout on the first plane crash because I remember going into trees, and then next thing I knew, I was stopped.
Okay, so actually, hold on. Let me back up just a second then, because this is kind of interesting. Because I'm interested in flying as well. I've actually flown a plane before and was intrigued after that. What got you into flying, and when did you get into flying?
Oh my gosh, I've always wanted to fly. I absolutely always wanted to fly. I had friends that had planes and flew. So this is kind of the sell yourself short thing. I never thought I'd learn how to fly because I never thought I'd have the money to do it. And then one day my flight instructor, I always helped him with his planes doing mechanical work. And he said one day, he's like, well, when you buy your plane, I'll help you work on your plane. I laughed. He thought I was laughing because I didn't think he was telling the truth, that he thought I didn't expect him to help me with my plane. I was laughing because I never thought I'd own my own plane. So it actually, I don't know if it was around 2000 or so. I was working at this one company around 2000. I don't know when I actually started flying, but I worked at that company for 6 years. So somewhere in that time frame. I'm just shooting the breeze with guys in the office, and I said, I always want to learn how to fly. One of the guys said, well, why don't you? So I probably went to Alta Vista and looked up a flight school and made the phone call right then and booked my first lesson. So that's finally what it took to get me there. And I booked a first lesson with a place I never took another lesson with again, and then found the right guy. Actually, I was very heavy into flying model airplanes at the time, and one of the guys from my model airplane club also had a plane and flew, and he hooked me up with the guy that became my flight instructor.
Damn, that's pretty awesome. And how many hours do you have to fly before you can like fly solo with your pilot's license?
Minimum is 60 hours. And once I got signed off to fly solo, I was flying all over the place, and because I didn't do my written exam, and I probably right around 60 hours could have got my license, but didn't, and I probably had 100 and change hours before I actually got my pilot's license. So when I did my instrument exam, or did my instrument training, I made sure I was kind of ahead of the curve on studying. So when I was ready, when I had all of my skills acquired and required hours, etc., I was ready to take the written and go for my practical.
John,
he's on multiple planes.
Yeah, he says, this man owns a plane? Well, I've really fucked up my life.
He owns multiple planes.
I'm not sure how to take. Now, okay, so just even more fun fact. The first plane I bought for 20 grand, and I had insured for 60. So when I crashed, I made 40 grand.
You also broke your legs, though, right?
I fractured my tibia plateau. So my foot was on the rudder pedal when the left wing got tore off, and it drove my knee through the instrument panel.
Oh, shucks.
So the instrument panel was actually broken in towards me.
So
what plane? Somebody's guessing of a Cessna.
It had a Cessna engine.
Had past tense, so it's completely gone.
Yeah, well, actually, the fuselage is still on my property in Long Island. My friends thought it was funny, and they wrote Spaceship One on it and put it up vertical in my yard.
You should take it to Knob Creek.
And then another one of my friends put it on the tree stump that's like 10 feet up. I had this big oak tree on the property, and they put it up there, and it's still there to this day.
if you take your plane to Knob Creek, I will put this inside of it.
Is that tannerite?
It's a white prilled substance that is typically used for reactive targets.
Yeah.
Let's shoot it in your bathtub.
That would go over well.
If Chris Carter's got a 310, that's a nice setup.
Yeah, Chris Carter's a straight baller. He dropped $100 in a super chat. Like, what?
Wow.
Yeah. Thank you, brother. I'm still blown away.
Do it again, Chris Carter.
So I both of my planes are Cozy 3s. So it's a canard pusher. So fast glass airplane.
He flies only experimental airplanes, and he wonders why he crashes.
Tell me about the crash from like the first person experience, like the moment you realized like shit started to go wrong.
All right, so let's see. I think I was at maybe 6,000 feet or more, and I'm descending. I flew it to Montauk. I'm turning around, and I'm coming back to Islip. I think I flew out at like 8,000 feet, and I'm coming back in. I'm on descent. I had a 30-knot headwind, and I went mixture rich and throttle to idle. And apparently with that fuel injection system, I found out later, they say if you do that, there's an excellent chance you'll flood it and won't be able to restart the engine. So I tried a bunch of different things to restart the engine. The only thing I didn't do, like on fuel-injected engines and aircraft, is you go full throttle, full lean. I didn't try that. I tried everything but that. Well, when the engine went cold, I'm looking, and I'm like, I'm on a good glide path for the runway, discounting the 30-knot headwind I had. And I'm like, I'll just look stupid pushing my airplane off the runway after I land. Then, as the horizon climbed, meaning I'm descending and going below the glide slope, I realized I'm not going to make it to the airport. And there's nothing but, it's a densely populated area. There's a golf course that I passed, but it wasn't going to be into the wind. And, I didn't, first off, my plane needs a good amount of runway to land and take off. So it's not like flying a Cessna 172 where you can get down to really slow speeds. You get full flaps down, you get the plane dirty, and you can make a super short landing. Like, my plane needs pavement to make a short landing. Like the brakes were big enough. Basically, I had Bonanza brakes on a small plane, and that would slow you down very fast. But again, you need a paved runway, and runway could be a road. The other thing about the plane is because it's a canard, it is stall resistant. It's not stall proof. You could deep stall the airframe. And actually, if you deep stall it, it's actually you can survive that. That's survivable. Most airplanes you deep stall, you're going to die. So the couple of things going on. One, I've been in the past in several situations where it's up to me to save my life. And there's a bit of tension and panic, but you realize no one's going to help you. There's nobody.
If you don't stay calm,
so
you're the only one getting yourself out of that situation.
Yeah, you got to keep your crap together. And I'm not the guy that goes, oh my god. My wife is, but that's. You got to work the situation. You got to work the situation for the best possible outcome.
And you were solo at the time?
Yeah. So I joke that I'm the only survivor of 2 plane crashes. But so once I got to about treetop level, I'm like, well, wait a second. What most single engine pilots die of is they stall the plane and they end up falling and injuring themselves, in the fall.
Yeah.
The idea is you want to keep your speed up and you don't want to get into a stall, and stall meaning aerodynamic stall situation. Whereas my plane's stall resistant, so I'm like, you jackass, you got nothing to worry about. Pull full aft stick.
Yeah.
So right when I was about treetop level, I pulled full aft stick. One of my main gear hit the peak of the roof of somebody's house and knocked a hole in it. I went through trees. It knocked the canopy out. I don't know how I still had a head and a face, which was pretty amazing. The plane ended up with like the wings folded over it and backwards. It actually was pointing to where I came from. Damn. So I don't know if it flipped or rolled or like. So I know I went through the trees. I remember that. Next thing I know, I'm sitting in the plane. And as I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, hey, you're going to have bones sticking out of your legs. You're going to have fiberglass sticking in. And it's like I look down at my right leg, and it's like I just kind of move left and right, and I check, and I'm like, holy shit, I got a whole leg there. And I pull it out, and then I see my left leg, and I'm like, no bones sticking out, nothing sticking in it. I pull it out. I didn't realize I fractured my tibia plateau at that point. It was only after I got out of the plane and started walking, and it's like my knee, my leg wasn't. I twisted my ankle really bad, and my knee fractured the tibia plateau. I was even lucky on that because most of the time when you fracture your tibia plateau, you never walk again. So,
really?
Yeah. So, pretty much super lucky on that one. And clean underwear both times. That's because my underwear was home. No, I
mean, that's why I made the joke that like at that moment your butthole is so tight that like how could
maybe
you,
that was the situation.
Shit your pants, right? You clenching your ass cheeks on the way down. What did the impact feel like? Like when you were like boom, when you hit?
I don't know.
What did that feel?
Couldn't tell you.
No recollection.
No.
Let me show you.
I mean, the second plane crash, I have full recollection of. And
hang on, let me show you a picture and see if this brings any. If it raises like any memories or anything. Hang on.
So I actually dipped the stock market on the first plane crash. That was in the New York Times article. I was on the front cover of Newsday. Yeah, no memories there.
No. Okay, all right. I figured I would just check. That's what I would have looked like going down in a plane crash. Sorry. Okay, I had.
It's funny because I'm talking to the tower. I'm like 238 Charlie Zulu, engine out, and that's. I had an issue once before with the tower, and I'm talking to them. I had an issue with my landing gear, and because it's retractable landing gear, and I told them I had, I wasn't sure that it was fully extended, like it wouldn't retract or something like that, and I wanted to come back, return to the airport. And I'm talking, with the tower. I was up in the tower, days later. They're like, I hate you pilots. I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, because you're too cool. Like you could be reporting an engine on fire, and you just got to say, 238 Charlie Zulu, engine on fire, and just very calmly.
Calm as hell. Yeah.
I'm like, getting excited doesn't help. If I yell and scream, it's not going to get me to a solution faster.
Yeah, I think most people let the adrenaline get to them. It could be for like a lack of being in situations where you have an adrenaline dump. Like I got on stream the other day and shared how my and this is very different, right? But my daughter choked on food, just regular table food, and was without.
I got a funny choking story. I'll tell you later if we got time.
Yeah. She was without oxygen for almost 60 seconds.
That really sucks. It's scary. Dude, having kids myself is just like.
I mean, it like. I was calm because in that moment, that was the only thing in the world.
Yes.
And I had one goal, and that was it. And I literally held her upside down and beat the piss out of her back until, picked her up, assessed, did it again. I started to do the Heimlich, and then I realized that I was going to break her ribs. And seriously, like I could feel it.
Right.
And I mean, I would take that, right? Like survival with broken ribs. Great. Let's go.
Yes. Yeah, sure.
But, yeah, I mean, I literally had to turn her upside down and, beat the hell out of her back, and then turn her back around, assess. And I did that 3 times after trying the Heimlich twice. And like here was all like beet red, and then the sides were blue. Oh. And I was just like, oh my God. So I turned her upside down and did it one more time. And I finally heard the, like she coughed every time. Fucking milk and shit. It was just like, oh my gosh, it was everywhere. But probably the scariest thing that, obviously very different situations, but
no, same situation.
A few people mentioned, they were like, thank God you stayed calm. Thank God you took responsibility and did something and didn't just look at her with a phone calling 911,
Yes.
I don't know. It's if you end up in a situation where it's life or death, the most important thing that you can do is acknowledge your adrenaline dump, stay calm, and make calculated decisions. People freak out because they get horse blinders. You get horse blinders for a reason, so you can focus, so you can be calculated.
Sure.
And, I don't know. I didn't necessarily want to like jump back into that, but it's very important. People die because
good description. So I'll tell you about my second plane crash, but I want to tell you about the 2 times I had to give my wife the Heimlich maneuver. Now, my wife is kind of a fitness nut and very persistent or doggedly working towards staying thin. And she always critiques me on my eating. So we're out and each one of us, my daughter, my wife, and I disagree on where it actually happened. I don't remember if we're in Arizona, but I'm eating a cheeseburger. And I'm just looking at the cheeseburger. I'm about to take a bite, and my wife grabs the cheeseburger. So I'm not looking at her. I'm looking at the cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Like, I know my wife hates when I eat carbs and proteins together, and I'm like, all right, Terry, I got your message. She was choking and she couldn't speak. Yeah. And I thought I'm getting scolded about my cheeseburger.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
That happens.
And then I looked up and gave her the Heimlich maneuver.
Damn. So I've never actually seen the Heimlich maneuver like done to success, right? Like I saw all the shit come out of my daughter's like airways, and throat, and probably stomach too. But did it like shoot out like in the movies?
I don't know. I was behind her. I really didn't notice.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, thank God you saved her.
So I've actually saved my wife's life twice.
Guys do that. We zone out, and we're there, but we're not always like there.
Oh yeah. I had cops that was like not my friend, but a friend of a friend. He knew me. He's like, hey, so did you hear anything after? I'm like, yeah, I heard nothing. It's like, you hear them on the radio. It's like, nah. He's like, yeah, that's textbook. That's exactly what happens. So the second time, my canopy flew open, just everything out of the cockpit kind of dumped, and it went through the propeller, and one of the blades ended up about a foot shorter. And these videos are on my YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/flyingrich, go to playlist and aviation, you can see those videos. The little bit of panic set in, and it took me a couple of seconds. It seemed like a long time, might have been a fraction of a second, but I looked down at my GPS and I'm like, I don't know what button to push. There's a nearest button, by the way, to find the nearest airport. And I'm like, I kind of like had a brain freeze on that. And then I'm like, all right, boom, punch nearest airport. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn, to the right to head to this airport. What was weird is, at first I looked back like I could do anything. I got a 4-point harness on. There's nothing you can do. It's not like I got R2-D2 behind me and he reaches an arm out and fixes something.
Yeah.
So then the second thing that happened is because the engine is off balance because the propeller has one blade about a foot shorter, it's pulling it's off its mounts, and it's a tightly cowled engine, so the exhaust manifolds broke, and the exhaust, because I left the engine running, is like melting the cowl, which is fiberglass. So believe it or not, going near 200 miles an hour in a convertible airplane and having the engine behind you and the exhaust melting the cowl, you can actually smell the fire.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, I smell fire. And I'm like, I smell fire. And I'm like, well, are you going to look back at it? I'm like, fuck no, I'm not looking back to see. Because I don't care if I got a candle burning back there or a 50-foot rooster tail of flames. I got to fly the plane.
Yeah.
I have one job, fly the plane. Yeah. So, I'm closing in on the airport. I think I was like 10 nautical, and I ended up like 3 nautical miles away from the airport. So I closed to 7 miles. I'm looking. I am not looking at my airspeed, altitude, anything. I'm just flying the plane, and I don't know how fast I'm flying. I don't know what altitude I'm flying, but I looked out and I'm like, that's my airport, which was the road below me. And it's a 2-lane road heading in 2 directions, and it's making a turn. And I talked to somebody prior to this accident who flies the same type of airplane. He told me about landing on a road that made a turn. I'm like, well, what'd you do? He's like, I turned. That's what I did.
Yeah.
So
not really many other options.
Yeah, so it was May 9th, was it 2010? I think it was May 9th, 2010. I landed in Pine Bluff, Arkansas on a road, and there was a car in the left lane. I was on the right lane, and I took out power wires on the way down. I guess my main gear took out the power wires. The right wing took out a stop sign, and then my left canard took out a speed limit sign. I ended up like nose down in a drainage ditch, and my left wing hit the back end of this car and broke the windshield. And everybody in the car had back and neck pain and went to the hospital. Meanwhile, my phone was like on the passenger seat of the airplane, and even though it was nose down in a ditch, it didn't leave the passenger seat. So whatever impact I experienced was near nothing.
Wow.
So I'm talking to the I'm kind of skipping ahead. The NTSB, whatever, investigator calls me up. He's like, how fast were you going to maintain airspeed? I'm like, whatever it took to fly the plane. And he's like, what altitude were you when you decided you need to land? I'm like, the altitude I knew I was going to make the nearest airport. It's like just dead reckoning on all this stuff. I maybe I'm the worst pilot in the world because I didn't read the gauges. I flew the frickin' plane. That's it. So it was May 9th in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, which the weather could be either way. It could be cold or it could be hot. It was cold. And I had a duffel bag in the plane, and I go over there to get my fleece out of the duffel bag, and the cop's like, there's a crime scene, and I'm like, that's my plane, that's my luggage, and I'm getting my jacket out.
And that's my airport.
Yeah. And I'm like, and so then later on, the same cop comes to me, and he's like, hands me the phone, and it's the FAA. And the FAA is like, you will be in Little Rock, Arkansas tomorrow at 9 a.m. I said, sir, I will make myself available to you, but I am getting out of Arkansas as soon as possible. At the time, I was working on a contract in Rochester, Minnesota, and I'm like, I'm getting the next plane to Rochester, Minnesota. I am out of here. And I told him, I said, I will make myself available to you, but I am not staying in Arkansas. And I handed the phone back to the cop, and the cop kind of looked at me in amazement. So the cops know how to write traffic tickets and, arrest you for DWI. They don't know what to do when a plane lands on a road in their town.
Oh,
so
no.
It's
they
really
don't know what to do when I have an SBR with a can on it in the trunk.
God bless you, man. That's another one. So really, if you talk to them with authority, not to be a dick, but say, hey, this is what we're going to do. This is how it's going to happen. And don't let them boss you around, because they don't know what to do. So that was, pretty much the story. So we actually loaded the plane on a flatbed, that you would take a car, and brought it to the airport and put in a hangar there.
Damn, is it still there?
No, I picked it up. It's I brought it to Rochester, Minnesota, because I was working there on a contract, and then I was in Minneapolis on a contract. Brought it to another airport there. So it's still in Minneapolis. If I sell my house in New York, I'll have the money to finish fixing the plane, and do my recurrent training that I need to get my license. I should say specifically, you have a pilot certificate. The pilot certificate never expires. You need to do a biannual flight review, an instrument proficiency check, and a medical. So at my age, I need a medical certificate every 2 years. So
that's basically like continued education to keep your pilots.
Right. Yeah. Every 2 years, they want you to fly with an instructor. Make sure you didn't pick up any bad habits.
Yeah, like day drinking.
Yeah, and usually I fly with instructors that have less time than me.
So, question. Oh, go ahead.
I got a question. And what was that movie with Denzel Washington when he was the pilot? Is that possible?
Yeah, that was a good one.
I think it actually happened, didn't it?
All right, so the physics of things, like a 1G roll in any aircraft is possible. Like you can do a barrel roll. So a barrel roll is where you're basically tracing a circle. And if you do it just right, you're pulling 1G the whole way around. There's a great video of Bob Hoover in a Shrike pouring a glass of water while doing a 1G barrel roll. So it's as though you were sitting exactly this way. If you do an aileron roll, which is just a centerline roll, you'll experience, 0 and negative Gs. So in those situations, you need like inverted fuel, inverted oiling systems to be able to do that.
So did that movie with Denzel Washington actually, I thought it was like based on a true story where he inverted the flight.
Yeah, I don't know that was a true story, but one of the Boeing test engineers on the not the maiden flight, but like the first public viewing of a 707, he rolled a 707. So you can do a 1G roll. There's also another famous incident where a B-52 pilot was retiring and he was going to roll the B-52, and that didn't end well.
Damn. So I told you that, I've flown before, and that after flying, like there's no other feeling like that, right? Like that I've done a lot of incredible things in my life, and that is one that is like, literally the life of you and everyone else in the plane is in your two hands. Like, and I've never been so still and calculated with, it's crazy. And also like the freedom. Somebody mentioned in chat earlier, like, how do you feel about pilots that have a fear of heights? I think that's different, right? Like, being up on, like a tall structure and feeling the wind, and, that's different, right? Where, there's something freeing about being up there and being in control.
So I've jumped out of planes, and I fly them and I've crashed them. I have a fear of like being on the edge of a roof. Like if there's no railing or something like that, and I'm up high on the edge of a roof, I get pretty freaked. So I was at the pyramid in Chichen Itza, and my girlfriend that I went with knew my fear. And if you like the pyramid in Chichen Itza, it's like steep, and even the steps, each step is like more than a double step on the way up.
Yeah, they don't let you climb it anymore.
And I actually went down like on my butt. Because I couldn't walk down it. Because my fear. Well, anyhow, we're at the top of the pyramid on Chichen Itza, and there's basically it's flat, but in the center is like a little room. And my girlfriend walked to the edge, and she's like, "Look at me, look at me." I'm like, "I got my back up against the center here." I'm like, "Get over here, I'll kill you."
Yeah, I think it's a totally different experience. But
and that experience is because I was doing home improvement contracting. I was working on a roof, and I was like 3 floors up, and I slid off the roof. I did fall on the ladder. Wasn't any big deal, but for whatever reason that stuck with me.
Yeah, I think I would like to actually get some more time, flying. I absolutely would not fly with you. I'm just joking, kind of. But no, I mean, I think that's cool. Would you do anything differently? Or
As
do you think,
like in the crash situations?
In the crash situations, looking back at it, are there things that you could have done differently that would have prevented them, or was it just kind of happened?
So in the first one, I think it was maybe knowledge of the fuel injection system might have been a big deal. If I went to full lean and full throttle, I might have been able to clear the flood and get the engine restarted. On the second one, there's a couple of things that happened that could have been different. And one of the first things in an emergency situation is you pick your airport, and the airport is where you're landing. It doesn't mean it's an airport with runways. It means, is it a grass field? Is it a road? Or is it a lake? You need to pick where you're going to land. It might have been too optimistic of me picking an airport that, in a normal consideration, if the engine just went cold and the canopy didn't fly open, because that changes the aerodynamics of the plane, I would have made it to the airport. But with the canopy open, I might have been smarter. I was over a highway when it actually happened. I might have been smarter just orbiting a couple of times on the way down and landing on the highway. So there's a lot of you get very introspective after a situation like this, trying to figure out what you could have done better.
You can't Monday morning quarterback that type of stuff, though.
Well,
yeah, I was just curious.
The short of it is, F you if you think you can do it better. Prove me wrong.
Yeah. Hey, you've crashed 2 planes, and you are sitting here telling me about it with a family and mostly intact, aside from between your ears. I'm just kidding. No, completely intact and healthy. I mean, shit. Like, what other story? I mean, that's a great outcome.
In this type of airplane, if you go to youtube.com/flyingrich, hit playlists in the videos of the plane.
Yeah, guys, just so you know, he's trying to get to 3,000 subs so he can fire his AK in his pool. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. Sorry, continue.
So if you look at the plane, the thumbnail in that video, you'd look and you'd say, I look at it and say, nobody survived that. There's no possible way anybody could have survived that crash. And so in aviation, nobody dies. Let me put it this way. There is almost nobody that dies in a sailplane accident. The only time people get injured in a sailplane is because the plane got stuck in a tree and they're trying to get out of the plane and they fall. Because the speeds, your landing speeds or your glide speed is so slow, it's almost impossible to get injured.
Sport Brand says, I'm convinced Flying Rich just can't die. You are immortal.
He's the Highlander.
Yeah. Damn. Thank you for sharing that, man. That's I don't think I've ever spoken with someone that's survived a plane crash, let alone two, and shared the story with me. So thank you.
No worries.
Hell yeah. So Crump, you were gonna spill the story to all of us right now on live stream that you're waiting to write, right?
What's that?
You said you had a big story that you were gonna drop on us tonight and tell everybody.
Oh no, I got some leaked documents, but I'm looking through it. I already reported on this one. I'll show it to you guys though.
I was hoping that you would just be like, oh yeah, and
I don't know, you guys have to wait. But here,
so,
check this out. This is what I got tonight, but it's already
let me ask you this first.
Hold on. Don't. That's the wrong one.
I'm not gonna do it yet. Being that you guys broke Operation Fast and Furious, is it up there with Operation Fast and Furious? Or anywhere remotely close to the, are you going to use any words when I'm asking these questions? Damn it.
It's yeah, I mean, I think it is.
Okay. All right.
Here. Okay. This is what I got tonight. Let's see if I can freaking find it.
Now, before I click share, when you open this, like, you're okay sharing whatever you're gonna share.
Yeah. I already read about this. Somebody leaked it to me, and they're like, "Hey, look what I found." And, I work for this, blah blah blah. And then
somebody leaked your shit to you.
Oh no, I get me. No, they leaked me the document that I already have.
Oh, gotcha. I was about to say, how that's an OPSEC problem if somebody leaked your shit to you.
No, it's a document that I already have and I already reported about, so it's over there. But I'll walk you guys through from like what I would do, right?
Hell yeah!
Wait, let me freaking do it. Hopefully this works. All right, let's see here. Here we go. All right.
I should change the channel name to Dark Light Dave.
I can't believe people thought that your actual name was Dave.
It was convincing.
Yeah, I just like, oh, sorry. All right, so basically,
to view this. Sorry. Go ahead.
All right, so basically, this is kind of what I get all the time. Right here, what this is called. This is from the criminal branch of the ATF. They got this from someone in the ATF. These aren't public. This is a criminal examination, and they charge a dude, which I think is very, very bad, with having an SBR.
I heard about this. Is this the New York one that was painted like a Nerf gun?
No.
Oh, okay.
And if I'm gonna show you what this SBR was.
Oh Jesus! I just read the exhibit.
This is the pistol brace.
Yeah, well, it's a Glock inside a Microroni with a brace on the back. So this is the brace, and they ruled that, and they charge this dude with an SBR.
So their logic behind that, and I actually heard about this a little while back, was that the pistol. So these chassis systems were made. I don't know if you guys remember the old KPOS. And if you guys look back and search the first generation of KPOS, like Kilo, Papa, Oscar, Sierra chassis systems, they were to convert your Glock to an SBR. Similar like to the old Mako stocks, or I think CAA eventually bought Mako or something like that. But that converted it to an SBR. This is before the days of pistol braces. And later on, when pistol braces came along, they said, oh shit, well, we'll just, because the Ronnies came out, the micro Ronnies and all these came out, and they had said, well, the pistol already exists as a pistol, so putting it in a chassis system with a pistol stabilizing brace, the only purpose to do that would be to use it as an SBR, which of course, again, is total bullshit. It's all infringement. Like, we'll get that out of the way early, but that was their logic.
Well, there are a couple of other logic things in this document. For example, one of the things they point out is that it has a thumb rest. There is a thumb rest at the front, right? So they said, hey, it's designed to be fired from a pistol is like designed to be fired with one hand. That's what it is. That's
my cigar holder. What?
So they said, well, there's a thumb rest, so therefore it's not designed to be used as a brace because there's a thumb rest. So therefore it is an SBR, which is dumb.
That's ridiculous.
So they said because of the thumb rest, that proves it's designed to be fired with two hands, therefore it's not a pistol.
That's ridiculous.
Marking.
So the Micro-Roni never made a whole lot of sense to me until I fired one, 2 weeks ago that was full auto. Then it made sense.
That wasn't a Micro-Roni. It looks identical to the Micro-Roni, and one company called CAA Gear Up, and the other one's called CAA Industry. But it's a totally different thing, man.
Chris Carter, that was an excellent comment. Sorry, I was trolling. Trying to catch up on comments. Sport Brand said he better have some cheese to go with that macaroni. And of course, it's not logical. I mean, that's,
But
yeah,
I know the ATF thinks it regulates everything, but if you put a pistol is a pistol is a pistol. If it's a stabilizing brace that you somehow insert the pistol into or attach, it's still a pistol. Also, let's just follow the dumb parts. What's more concealable, a pistol or an SBR?
I know it's going against everything that they're saying, like the reason for the NFA.
So they already own the more highly regulated thing, the pistol. You put it in an SBR that makes it less concealable, because we all know concealable equals deadly. More concealable, more deadlier.
And it increases your ballistic efficiency by like 25,000%. The shorter the barrel. JK.
Yeah, that's a crazy case. And I saw it said, was that 2018 or 2019, John?
It was 2019. I reported on it a couple months back.
So,
yeah.
What's the meat of this letter right here?
Well, the law enforcement agency sent it to the ATF to determine whether the ATF considered that a SBR, and they said, "Yeah, we do."
So the ATF says.
Go ahead.
So if you put a Glock into a Roni, that's an SBR.
According in this one case. Now here's the dumb shit about it, right? They can say, hey, this case is, and they can have another case that comes in and be like, oh yeah, that's fine. That's not a SBR.
But like, if I'm Roni or whatever the company that manufactures these devices, don't I have to submit a sample and a design to the ATF?
You don't have to. It's always. I mean, I'm not going to say you should, but I'm going to say, because whatever.
So it's one of these things where I'm sure the ATF has seen this before. I'm sure they've said it's okay because we all buy these things, and because basically, don't you think they'd be kicking in the door of the manufacturer, say, hey, you're selling illegal crap?
No, because
they're not inserting the lock into it.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's their reasoning.
Because the macaroni could be used as a doorstop or open beer bottles, and it just so happens.
It's all bullshit, and I see most of it is police officers that don't know, what the hell. They're out in the field, and then they call the ATF, and then some, shithead at the ATF says like, "Oh, that's designed to be shouldered," and like, please tell me what that means. Our offhand turns a pistol into an SBR, right? Who really fires handguns with one hand? Like all of their stupid bullshit that this non-governmental agency has been enforcing is bullshit. And a lot of people are saying like, well, who cares about the macaroni? It's stupid. It's bulky. It's uncomfortable. I would never use it. Who cares about bump stocks? They're stupid. I don't need them, want them, or use them. And it is just about like that.
I'll tell you what. I am perfectly willing to give up bump stocks and macaronis if the left finally says, who cares about carrying in government buildings? Who cares about carrying in church? We'll just let them do it. I am perfectly willing to compromise if they are.
But I'm not willing to compromise.
I want more. I want to totally remove the NFA, the Hughes Amendment.
Damn that Hughes.
Damn Hughes. The GCA. I mean, it's like this agency was literally designed to encroach on the God-given liberties of the people.
So that's a problem with the Second Amendment.
And then they swear an oath to the Constitution upon their entry to this non-governmental agency. This is total fuckery.
The Second Amendment is an instruction to the federal government to say, hey, you don't fuck with this. And they create an agency to fuck with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's nuts.
And I'm going to quote Chris Ann Hall here. Nobody has a Second Amendment right. The Second Amendment doesn't give you the right to keep and bear arms. That's a God-given right.
Well, that's why I always say, of your God-given and constitutionally protected right, which means
correct.
It's God-given, and the constitutional right is okay. It's I consider the Bill of Rights like a document of negative liberties.
Correct.
And I don't mean that's like a negative liberty for you or me. I mean it's negative liberties for the government, saying, hey, you don't have the right to touch this. It's an acknowledgement of the government does not have the right to touch it.
It's interesting how the Bill of Rights gets interpreted by people. And the subject in the Bill of Rights is always the citizen, the person. And it's about the person's rights that are inherent in them, not granted by government, but inherent. And it's basically a warning to the government. You will not do, fill in the blank, like the 5 rights that you have with your First Amendment. Let's say freedom of speech, freedom to petition the government, freedom to assemble, freedom of religion, and what did I miss? Freedom of the press.
Yeah.
Did I lose you guys?
No, I'm here.
Sorry, my phone's blowing up over here. My apologies.
Dude, 12:30 in the morning, and you're getting phone calls?
Oh, dude, I typically sleep for roughly 3, sometimes 3 to 4 hours a night. So people just know that I'm always out.
I don't have enough friends, even if I didn't sleep.
typically what I do is I sleep for 3 to 4 hours a night for several months until I start seeing like what look like bugs on my skin, and I start like hallucinating a little bit. Then I'm like, all right, now I need to catch up on my sleep, get a good 6 hours, then I'm, right back at it. Let me share this really quickly because I thought this was genius. Someone in New York, because we all know the New York, which my wife was actually born in Long Island.
Where in Long Island?
Seacliff.
Seacliff, okay.
Yep. And you all know it is just a incredible place of freedom and liberty. And this gentleman didn't want to get caught with his micro Ronnie and his Glock, so he had it painted like Duracoated, Cerakoted, rattle canned, I don't know, but he had it painted as a Nerf gun. He ended up getting caught with it, but you got to give kudos to the dude for doing
urban
that.
Camouflage.
He has a Nerf decal on it, dude. Or worst case scenario, a stencil and rattle can, like something. But yeah, that's
I think the brace being not the same color, like if the brace was yellow Nerf plastic, I think he would have got away with it.
See, the other thing too is that it is actually illegal to paint the muzzle of a real firearm orange. Yep.
But that's not the muzzle.
Dry fire based.
That's not part of the firearm.
No, that's not. But the slide was orange. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Based, a word used when you agree with something or when you want to recognize someone for being themselves, i.e. courageous and unique, is yeah. So like if you say something and people are like based, that means like they're acknowledging you for, it's kind of like saying like dope, like, I fuck with that. Like that's what's up. That kind of thing. Sorry.
So some guy, Long Island, New York, where was this that he had this set up?
I'm sorry. Yeah, there was a guy in New York that got pulled over with it. Yeah, hold on, let me pull this up. There's an actual story with it too, but every time I screen share, I feel like I'm gonna like pull up like my vehicle registration or something on accident,
Either that or the only friend site you're a member of.
Yeah. No, but I thought that was dope, and I had to share that. All right, well, you guys got any closing sentiments or any other thoughts to share before we bounce?
Fly high, fly fast.
Join GOA.
Coming from Flying Rich. Oh, you know what? I cannot believe I forgot this, guys. I am so sorry. Give me 1 second. There we go. You see your name?
Crashing Rich, yeah.
Sorry, I had to. It's just being funny. No, honestly though, I mean, like, I appreciate you, being a sport about it and sharing it, because that's some serious shit to live through, man. Like, I talk about it like all the time. Like, I used to have a lot of issues with substance abuse, and I've worked through that. I've been clean for over 10 years, and that's something that a lot of people don't live through. So, when you can come back and talk about it and have conversations and possibly help others and have a good attitude about it, like it's positivity that you're bringing to to others, and that's what we're all about. So the fact that you live through that shit and are sharing it with others is awesome.
Yeah, realistically, your biggest worry after a plane crash is the FAA.
Yeah, did you get in trouble at all?
Here's the thing. So there's a lot of mythology about the FAA among pilots, and 99.99% of it is complete bullshit. You need to talk to people that actually know, and I'm sure in any kind of field there's the mythology, and then there's people that actually lived it and done it. And Robert Harris has had several accidents in planes similar to mine, and I called him. He says, Robert lives in Covington, Tennessee, and so in his accent he says, "Richard, they ain't gonna do nothing to you." And basically, if you damage other people's property or injure them, then that's an issue. But let's see, what did the NTSB guy, when I asked him about the FAA on the second crash, he says, "Oh, they'd probably want to mouth kiss you for putting the plane down and not injuring anyone." So,
but you didn't get like fined or anything like that?
No, nothing. So there's something that could have happened. They could have asked me to do a check ride in a plane with an inspector, but at the time they could only require me to do a check ride in the plane that I was current and able to fly, which would have been a Cozy 3. So maybe if I was flying a Cessna 172, they would have requested a check ride in a 172. But I don't think any FAA inspector was going to want to get up with me in a experimental.
Yeah. What about the damage caused to like the houses? I'm sure you have plane insurance, just like vehicle
insurance. So there's two components of the insurance. One is hull, and that covers the airframe, and the other part of that is liability. So, I've had, on the first plane crash, I had both hull and liability insurance. On the second plane crash, I only had liability.
And I imagine that was costly.
Well, I don't know if it was like $700 a year for the liability, but it covered everything.
Wow. Lucky man. Blessed man.
Yeah.
So I notice John is in chat. You're speaking with Dry Fire Faith.
Yeah, I'm trying to say something.
Yeah, and I see that we're doing it cordially and respectfully, which I appreciate. Thank you. And let me just kind of state like my position here. I shared this earlier that CRS is a friend of the channel. Freedom Inc. is a friend of the channel. And you see dark in the middle here. So I would like to remain in that position. Hell, even if you want me to come on as a moderator.
No, I see. I don't want to debate. I want to have these guys on there so they can express their beliefs with not me saying this is what they believe in. Saying, hey, what do you believe?
Yeah.
And why do you believe that?
Just no more beefing or name calling.
Yeah, I don't call me a bootlegger because definitely that gets me riled up. Because
I get it. So then, yeah, I know, and everyone's gonna have their feelings on it and take sides, and that's, look at how divisive our world is, man. Like a freedom-loving, gun-loving individual is, debating, not you, John, I'm talking about the previous former, CRS stuff, is debating a freedom-loving, gun-loving American. Now, yeah, it got dark, right? What's up, Sugar Tits?
No, not you, Dry Fire. I'm not saying that you called me a bootlegger. That was someone else.
Yeah, no. But anyway, all I want is like the there shouldn't be infighting. Like I brought up earlier, is when I had a conversation with Freedom Inc. for the first time ever, when I was like, hey, I watched the stream of you saving that dude's life on live stream who was overdosing, and you gave him Narcan. You saved his life. Like, that was awesome. I'd love to have you on the show. We spoke for an hour that night, and we came into something that we disagreed with. Is there a motherfucking cicada in my house?
Probably. They're everywhere.
Dude, it's just flapping around. Hold on.
I thought you were hearing crickets by me.
Sorry. As soon as I get passionate, I have to
airsoft. Well, you live in Richmond, so you know about all the cicadas around.
That's true. Yo. I'm just kidding. Come see me.
I'm giving out fake names and fake places.
But what happened when we disagreed with something was I said, I understand your position on that. Appreciate you sharing that with me. I disagree with you. Here's my position. And then we continue to have a conversation, right? Like, we don't need to take shots at each other, go back and forth. And I understand, though,
nobody was called a racist in that exchange.
Surprisingly, though that's the buzzword of 2021 and 2020 and 2019. And I mean, Freedom Inc. is a cool dude. Like, I have nothing but love for him. And same thing, CRS is my boy. Like, nothing but love for him. Do I agree with everything on both sides and all the drama? No, I want to stay out, drama free. Like, not going to jump into it. Now, I condone a conversation to happen, right? Where if we all go in with open minds and we have a conversation and cordially share each other's ideas and listen to each other with open minds, like, that's how we should be. Because I always say on this channel that our job, the most important thing that we can do, is to care for each other, to be compassionate, to contribute to others, but just to also be the most dangerous motherfucker that you can possibly be at the same time.
I had someone on my live stream. Rich was there. That him and I, we're both on there. Neither one of us totally agree with this guy. And this guy came in there and he was like, are these guys going to jump all over me? And he found out that we weren't. We wanted to get his beliefs and why he believed the way he believes in.
Yeah.
And that was you can tell that.
Yeah, and that's fair. That's a good conversation. Sadly, with the internet, what draws people with popcorn is drama and beef and taking sides, and this is how. And I'm not saying that you got, like, I get it. Like, it sounds like you guys just want to have like an open, like, dialogue.
Well, I want to get people on there and tell, okay, this is why I believe, and this is what I believe in it, even if I don't agree with them.
You don't want it like Geraldo and Dan Bongino?
No, no. Like Rich, Walt Anderson, I had on there, and Walt Anderson has a video on there why Marx was right about certain issues and stuff like that. And I had him on my show because I watch his episodes. I'm like, I want to ask this guy why he believes what he believes.
Mm-hmm.
And I had him on, and it was you can talk to him. It was totally cool.
Yeah, this one ain't ending in beef, Flosser.
Yeah, and after he got off, what did he say to us? What was he afraid of?
Oh, he was afraid we're going to rip him a new one.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, you guys didn't rip me a new one. That really surprised me." I'm like, "That's not what it's about."
No, and you had an interview with Pincus,
Rob
and
Pincus.
I thought you were very fair about that.
Yeah, I have the interview with Rob Pincus, and anybody knows our history. It's not a good history.
I commend Pincus for going on. I don't have good thoughts about Pincus. I don't know him personally. I was a little surprised at the anti-intellectual answers he gave. So I was in the chat, and I said, "Well, Rob, you said, we all know some people that should not have guns. Like, first off, who are we to decide? And what people shouldn't have guns?" And he's like, "Well, we can all agree that drunk people shouldn't have guns." I'm like, "Who's permanently drunk?" I'm like, that's the worst answer I've ever heard.
So you won't be misrepresented. In fact, whatever you represent is you're going to represent yourself.
So, I'll throw out there, I know John well on a personal level, and he'll be respectful. It'll be a good conversation.
So basically that's what I'm offering. If you don't want to come on, that's fine too. But I think, I think it would be good.
We can all settle our beefs when shit hits the fan. Everything works out in the end. I am going to mark a cicada with an airsoft gun that I can't show on screen.
You can show an airsoft gun on screen. Just
but the algorithm won't know it's airsoft.
Right.
Oh, hell no. You gots to die. Oh, juicy. Rule number 2, double tap. Oh. Okay, if you guys don't use an airsoft for insect repellent, you're missing out. It's fun. Spiders, neighbors, kids. Don't eat the cicadas. Yep. Okay, so normally what we do is we allow our guests to name the episode. I don't always remember to, have people name the episode. And even when they do, sometimes I go back and I forget to change it. So I will allow you two to either name it together or rock, paper, scissors, best 2 out of 3 on stream to see who names it.
I defer to Rich. I defer to Rich.
Oh, see, I was going to defer to you.
Okay, how about the Schrodinger's cat episode?
The what?
Schrodinger's cat episode.
And why is that?
Cat episode?
Because the way, however you look at it, was the stream a dumpster fire or was it not a dumpster fire? Unless you watch it, you don't know. It's both. It has a superposition of stream. So it could be a bad stream. It could be a good stream. Who knows? Unless you watch the stream and find out, because therefore it's both. If you don't watch the stream, it's a bad stream and a good stream because it's like a superposition of an electron.
Then I'd have to actually search how to spell that. So
see, space text, it says flying crump.
All right, that works.
Flying crump. Okay, I like it. I was looking forward to you guys doing rock, paper, scissors on stream. I don't know about everyone in chat.
No, we can do rock, paper, scissors just for fun.
Best 2 out of 3.
Rock.
And hold on. Oh. Ground rules. You have to do rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
I don't know. Is that half a scissor?
Sports brand. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? No.
That's great. I never thought that I would
Oh, I like Chris Carter. Getting crunk with Crump.
Getting crunk with Crump. Okay, I like it. Chris Carter's a good.
Or flying Crump. Either one. How about that? All right, let's go, Rich. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors.
Paper, scissors.
Dude, rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
But he did throw scissors before you threw paper.
That's true. All right, ready? Rock, paper, scissors,
shoot.
Rock, paper,
scissors, shoot.
What do you got? Damn it. Okay.
Oh. All right, Richie, you get to name the screen.
How to crash land a plane perfectly good.
Ooh, flying the Jolly Crump. I kind of like that one.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Well, I mean, I'll let you know. You do it though. You pick.
Yeah, I'll go with flying the Jolly Crump. I like that.
All right, Crumpy is jolly. Jolly is Crumpy. All right, guys. A lot of you, I mean, if you came in, to see Crumpy, or if you came in to see Flying Rich, if you don't know about our channel, Dark Light Dugan, typically, this is just a fun kind of just chat and stream. Thirsty cold, God, son. Typically what we focus on is self-sufficiency and independence, right? How to make sure that you are as self-sufficient as possible, so you are the one that is in complete control of your water, food, shelter, and security. Those 4 things are the most important thing in your world. And right now, if you want to take a guess who has control of those things, I'll leave that up to you. But
it's because of this, the Jolly Roger.
Okay, nice.
Who the hell?
It's okay, Thirsty. I forgive you, son. Have a good night, David. That's good.
Yeah, David from Richmond.
David from Richmond. Hi, I'm David from Richmond. So if you're interested in learning more about that, I mean, we've got everything from streams with bladesmiths that are literally hammering out tools to make, blades and do metalwork and farm bees and do agricultural stuff and learn how to make portable water stills and all sorts of shit like that. Like, that's what we do. We also, build guns on stream, and by some crazy miracle, I'm still monetized by YouTube. They typically immediately demonetize everything that I do, but hey, we're still here to have fun. So thank you guys. What I typically say is, live your life with care, compassion, contribute to others, and be as dangerous as you possibly can. And you guys have any closing thoughts?
Yeah, I do.
Are they abiding by rule number 1?
No, you said thoughts.
He has thoughts.
So I'm doing
any thoughts that you would like to share with the class?
Verbalize?
Oh, no.
The only thing that defeats evil people is good people skilled in violence.
Hell yeah.
By the way, I have a serialized book coming out. I don't know when, because I've Amazon. It's an Amazon exclusive type thing on the new Kindle Vella platform that's launching in the fall. So
I'll have to get a bootleg copy from you.
Well, I asked you a bootleg copy, but the first 3 episodes are free, and then after that you have to pay. But check it out when it comes out. I have no idea when it's going to come out, though.
It's serialized. Is it because that it's like a thought crime machine gun or something, or?
No, not. It's called a serial. It's something new that they're trying. So a lot of people read on the books. So it's like short, little bite-size parts of it, broken up into episodes.
Like the daily books, like the, stuff that you read a page a day kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a little bit more than a page a day. But yeah, basically, and you can just like, okay, well, I have time to read 1,000, not like 1,000 words, which is like 3 pages or something. So I'm just gonna go buy those 3 pages, and if I like it, I'll buy more. But the first 3 chapters, not pages, chapters.
Nice.
So you can read the first 3 chapters and go, and it's my first my first fiction under my real name. So there you go.
Nice, man.
So I'm dropping the pen name of my other fiction stuff.
Well, unfortunately, I canceled my Amazon Prime account and my Netflix account and my Disney Plus account and my like I don't exist outside of normal like consumer world, but I'd love to learn more about it.
Yeah, I'll send you a bootleg copy.
Hell yeah.
So it's the cool thing about it is it like never it can end, but it's built so the story can continue through like episodes.
Nice.
So there'd be like whatever.
Thirsty Colt has a question specifically for John Crump.
Okay. I'm this girl. What are you doing? Well, all right. Here's the thing, right? It depends on what strain. There's actually multiple strains of herpes.
Yeah,
so you can actually get an expert on herpes.
Too.
So you can actually get 2 different strains of herpes. So yes, you can get herpes twice.
Now we're definitely not going to get demonetized because we spoke about herpes, which is
medical.
Like yeah, this is for never mind. I won't say that because yeah, it's just a medical discussion. Cancel all the I canceled those like a year ago. Oh, and ABC Mouse. So I literally was allowing my daughter to go on ABC Mouse, and it's like a learning thing, right? And listen very carefully to the type of shit that they're telling kids, man. It's crazy. Like the other guy.
Were they teaching critical race theory?
I mean, the undertone, yeah, it's crazy. And so the other guy, Light, that is a part of DLD, his son is 15. He's got 3 kids, but his oldest son is 15. Came home from high school with an edited copy of the Bill of Rights and the Constitution.
Oh no!
Like, it literally was altered and reduced, and it was just like the Cliff Notes version. Like, what?
A Cliff Note. I mean, it's short enough.
My daughter came home with a Cliff Notes version of the Second Amendment. It was actually a full page. It didn't say the Second Amendment on the page at all, but it said, some believe the Second Amendment gives an individual the right to keep and bear arms. And then it had a whole discussion. It didn't state what the Second Amendment was.
Well, not all amendments are absolute.
Well, this is all right. So this is Palm Beach School District.
This guy's reported too.
I graduated high school in '83, and when I graduated high school, there were 4 states of matter or phases of matter. Now there's 5. My daughter was taught, like 5 years ago, there were 3 states of matter. I wrote back to the teacher in giving her documentation of the 5 states of matter, and she said, well, that's what was in the textbook. I'm like, you're a moron.
Yeah, that's like if you guys have ever seen the I forgot who does it, but the YouTube channel that does those ATF cartoon videos.
Oh, Firearms Unknown.
Yeah, Firearms Unknown.
Freaking hilarious.
Oh my god!
This is the same gun. What the hell?
Yeah,
ATF trying to explain the regulation. She's like, "What's the difference?"
Yeah, that's an AOW. Looks a lot like that pistol. That's an SBR. Next slide. Click.
I like the one. California gun registry. This is this one is safe. This one's not. this one has extra safety features, so therefore it's not safe.
Yeah, it's more dangerous.
It's more dangerous because it has grip safety on it as well. So,
dude, I couldn't believe it. Like the Gen 3 Glock said safe, the Gen 5 Glock said not safe, and then it was like, well, let's this is a police officer holding a unsafe handgun, which makes unsafe handguns safe. Let's watch a little video, and it's the video of that cop that says, "I'm the most professionally trained person in this room."
I'm the only person qualified in this room
to carry 10 millimeter.
Yeah, 10 millimeter.
Puts the Glock 4. This is my
Glock
like,
4. Hey, let me show everybody the rifle. It's like, no.
Oh man, I'm already teaching my daughter at 4 years old, like with everything, with the water hose, with squirt guns. I let her handle firearms because
right.
I want to take the forbidden fruit kind of thing away from it, right? So
yes,
she. I was building some Glocks out, and I had 4 frames on my workbench, and this is when she was like 2.5. I had the 4 frames were not built out yet. One of them had a lower parts kit. That was it. The other 3 were bare. And when she was 2, she reached up and grabbed it, put 2 fingers on the trigger, and she was trying to pull the trigger. At 2, knowing nothing about firearms, it is like instinctual. Like there's just something about it, right? It's like pressing the red button. Like you have to do it. So that was when I realized I needed to kind of change the approach. And, I'm changing the way that I'm having her look at things. Same thing. Pow-pows are dangerous. That's what she calls them, pow-pows. Pow-pows are dangerous. If you ever see a pow-pow, stop, freeze, get mommy or daddy, get an adult. Don't touch them ever, and all that. And if you ever want to see mommy and daddy's pow-pow, just come to me, ask me. I will make it safe for you and let you handle it. And that's totally changed the game, because now she doesn't have that curiosity. I get to teach her about, trigger discipline. I get to, I don't know. It's been good for me. So, consider that. I actually am. We're growing strawberries and some other stuff, and our strawberries were taken out by some D-bag in a 0 turn that was doing the common areas, and I'm so pissed. So I'm literally starting from scratch, and I didn't have time to germinate them. So I'm literally just going out and planting. I already did. Went out and planted them, but I don't have like land. I'm doing this like. Anyway, it's okay. Yeah, grow stuff.
Okay, I want to answer Thirsty Cult. I have no idea what that is. I don't want to say it because I might get them monetized, but
I think we're beyond that.
I don't know what.
That's okay. Thirsty's asked everybody but me if that's gay, and
what is that?
If you don't know, I'm not going to tell you.
There you go, Thirsty. You asked for like 8 months straight for my feet. You got it. Now go rub one out. I could take a guess at what pegging is.
Seriously, you guys don't know what pegging is?
Somebody, Alex just told everyone.
Yeah, I figured. Oh no.
Well, pegging is where the female wears.
Okay, Rich.
Yeah. Wears a delightful pantsuit and deletes all of her emails. All right, I think I'm gonna end it on this. This was probably the most interesting, crazy, ridiculous, just chatting stream that I've had. But you guys are. I'll speak in 2021. Offended? No, dude. There's nothing you could say that would offend me or us, and you'll never be silenced.
Well, there is something that you can say that would offend you.
Calling Crump a bootlicker?
No, that definitely offends me. No, but offends Dark. If I keep on
calling him Dave.
No, I'm not gonna call Joe Dave again, man. Oh shit!
I thought it was Daniel.
No,
oh my God! Is there another fucking cicada? What the hell?
Cicadas offend Dark.
Dude, I'm about to get the flamethrower, and run. I'm not gonna say it. Yeah.
Dry fire, Faith. Let me know if you want to come on. I promise you, I'll be fair.
I had a hornet problem yesterday.
And Mr. David Mavis. What was that?
I had a hornet problem yesterday. Had no hornet spray, but a flamethrower.
Choke cleaner. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Wear iPro this time. Oh man, you guys are great. Freedom hit me up. He does want to do a three-way call if you're down to have a conversation. Let's end the night on this. Live free, even if it's just up here. Be dangerous. Practice medical. Okay, like I cannot express to you how important it is just to make yourself better all the time. I love you guys. I'm gonna end it here, and thanks for coming. Be safe. Be dangerous. Peace. I'm gonna kill this cicada. I'm gonna kill the shit out of this cicada.